All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you lot. And how to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. And if you can't see the join button, if it's not present for you, you could go in the description and click the join button from there, and YouTube will still help you just the same. All right, so good day to all of you lot. Hoping that you're having a wonderful day. As you saw by the title, we're going to be dealing with the Jamaican Reggae Boyz abroad, but we still have local news for you on the Reggae Boyz as well. And we have a few more things to discuss that we left off from yesterday. But thanks very much for the continuous support. We are at 9,300. Massive respect for that. So if you like what we do, please do continue to push that a little bit further on the subscription count. All right, so we have persons already in the chat, so let me make sure I can give them some big up before we get into it. Chris Smith, massive respect. Sherman Scott, Lansley Blake, Omar Fowlin, Osh Poppy, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Wayne Evans, Kevin Jones, Joseph Brown, my brother Stefan Wright. Big up Stefan Wright. Hope all is well with you and the family. So anyways, yesterday we had some good games in the FA Cup and also in the EFL League as well. So that's where we want to start from, and then give you some update as to some of the persons that we had in sight yesterday and who to come today as well. All right, yes man. So we have Chevron determined, and we have Mr. Eagle Republic in the building. It has been a while since we have seen Mr. Eagle Republic. All right, so let we start with one place first. We're going to start with yesterday's games and players, because Jamaica is blessed with a lot of talents coming through. So we're going to go through to the detailing screen. We had talked about this kid a couple days ago, and we said that he's one of the personnel that left Chelsea, saying that he's not going to re-up with them because he doesn't believe that he's going to get enough game time. He went to Everton after to train. They said they were impressed with him based on the articles that came out, but he never signed. I am still digging to figure out what really went wrong there, because if they're saying that they're happy with you and he never signed, I really wanted to know what happened, if it was a transfer closed on him, just like Hutchinson. He was already on his way at the time to West Brom, which I think, and it was closed on him because some paperwork and stuff. So I never knew what happened, because Chelsea's very good at not turning up with paperwork and stuff. You know, you heard that personnel should have left to other clubs. Paperwork can't be found. You know, yes. So that is Chelsea. So Mothersille, he ended up went to Peterborough. As you know, that we have Johnson Clark Harris there at the time. Yes, people said he's going to move on. Never really followed up the situation, but I will follow it up when the time comes. All right, yes. So with that said, he went down, started to play for the U21s, and then get some games in the cup games, and he impressed in all of them. Then they start to bring him around the main team, and clearly he started to impress. So they decided that I'm going to go with him this time around. And we were talking about him last week, and this week he turns up to make the front of the news. As you saw, the EFL Trophy knockout stage quarterfinals. Peterborough versus Wimbledon. Wimbledon is a decent team, and as you know, and in history, they are a very good team. So as you look at the listing right there, you see our boy, he started the game, Malik Mothersille. The last time he spoke to Simon Preston, he said that he wants to represent Jamaica, and he's in process dealing with his passport. So I'm hoping that his kid's passport is done and dusted. So as based on how he performs, he will get. They can evaluate him, because we have heard from him, and clearly he sounds like one of them that will turn up as soon as they do call him. All right, yes. Big up yourself, Mario Russell, Jason Guna, and Triple E came in the chat with Dre, DJ. Massive respect, guys. Keep on sharing the content and hitting the like button as soon as I come in, so we can get the visibility. All right, yes. So Mothersille, he played 65 minutes. He had a goal, he had an assist, so he was involved in the first two. One shot on target, and then he had 21 touches because he was playing the lone striker and to link the play. He had 8 of 15 passes, which is over the 50% mark, where I talked on run always as a striker. All right, yes, and he was linking the plays, and his runs was vital. All right, one key pass that was the actual assist. Long ball, 1 of 3 completed because he dropped deep and tried to link the play even further. So a combination of the central forward and the striker. Last possession 9 times because of what he's trying, and actually lost it in battle as well. And he had 1 interception based on his pressing metrics right there. Like what he offers, he has pace, power, skills, yes, so he can play as a wing forward and he can play as a sole striker. All right, but you can see that he has the knack to find goals. He actually have the knack to find goals. We talked on him before, and that was our that's where we came to at the end of the day. And I do believe that this is a kid that will rise, and that's why it's always good. Don't watch where they go at the start. Look at where they do end up at 23, 24, because he drops down from Chelsea down way down to Petersborough at this point, and he still found a way out to shine. And if he can keep his name in the books, it's only going to be better and better for him. So big up to Malik Mothersille. He makes the news, and that's why we said if you're doing something, you're going to be on the news sheet. All right, let me know if you guys got any chance to watch the game, what type of player you saw him as, and if you think that he would be ready for a call up at this point. All right, because remember, we had wanted to call Johnson Clark Harris. Obviously he's way more experienced, but he was playing at the same level, and we are trying to call other persons presently at this same level. So would you try to bring him in now, or you think that he needs to wait? All right, yeah man. Chevy says, Triple E said, I'm always happy to hear when our JA players are getting game time, especially the young ones. All right, yes. Chris Smith said, yes, JD, Mothersille was the leading goal scorer at Chelsea under 18. They say at Chelsea that he's a natural goal scorer. Based on how he plays, definitely he's showcasing that he has those abilities. All right, so we have to give him his credit. So big up to Mr. Mothersille there. Hope this guaranteed you some more minutes, because that's what we want, because you want people to keep pushing for spots. You want him to keep pushing for spots. Yes. All right, so we have our brother Greg Leigh came back from injury, and he was now in the starting lineup. All right, because they know that he's a person that they do rate highly. They use him as the left back, left wing back, or the left midfield right there. So he's back, and he had a decent game, a 6.8 rating right there. So you know Greg Leigh bombing forward, try to get involved with the attack, and he's solid in defense as well. Try to always drop back to fight for a position. You get all energy from him. Sometimes he could get caught out, that is definitely true, but he gives you energy, and I think he's still filled with energy just the same. 4 clearances, 2 tackles, 1 time dribble passed, 4 ground duels out of 5, which is good. Aerial duels was much more, 13, and he had 6 out of the 13. 28 possession loss, and was fouled once. 69 touches overall, completed passes 23 of 39, 59%. Key pass 1 of 1 crosses, and the long balls, that's where he had the biggest flaws. 3 out of 10 at this point, and dribbles attempted 1 of 1. You know him, he's a fullback, but he just believes that he's a football savant type of dude. You know, he doesn't believe that he completes everything in football and he wants to play every position. He's a high energy player. So even if he's playing lower down the tier, which is in League One, as you could see, he still gives you that feeling that if you put him up against better players, he's going to still turn up and be better. You get me? He's going to raise his game. Even if it's a once, he's going to raise it. He gives you that type of feeling at all times. You get me? Yes. So big ups to Greg Leigh, and he was one of them that we talked on the other day, saying that he came in and got injured and never played back for the longest time, to showcase that these guys are giving themselves up for Jamaica. All right, because a lot of people might have thought different. Yes, but this is one of the reasons why you know that you need to respect these guys and stop with the overseas versus local type of madness, because these guys are giving up themselves for Jamaica in a sense. All right, yes. So that is Mr. Greg Leigh. All right. Yes, you had Swansea. We were looking to see if we would have seen my boy because he played a good half of football. I saw some articles and they were talking about him. Clearly, they do rate him highly, Brandon Covers, but you wanted to see if he even translated to the bench. You understand me? Yes, I never saw it. I never saw it and saw him on the bench, but I saw some good articles written on him, so that's a good start. So let me look out for the next few weeks to see if they're going to look at how he trains and then give him the break-in in the championship. Because once you reach that level, you know that that is where the pinnacle starts. All right? Yes. All right. Sharon said, JD, do you know about the Jamaican young footballer at Chelsea and going on loan? You have a lot of Jamaican footballers at Chelsea that's going on loan. A lot of them there. Ranking and those guys, they're all Jamaicans. You know? Yeah, they're all Jamaicans. Reggae probably said, JD, who would be your first two choices to replace Shamar Nicholson and Amari'i Gray? I think you'd have to go up in the senior ranks first. You'd have to go up in the senior ranks first. All right, and the senior ranks would have started with Cephas, Jamal Lowe. And once you drop off those, you have to go into the potential sides. The potential sides would be, for me, Kadama Thierry, if up there. If Hutchinson available, Hutchinson adds to the list. Yeah. So those are where I would have ended up after. All right, yes, for my replacements. And you have my boy that's playing so far. They talked about him always. Yes, so we don't have to mention him so much. And Andre Gray, people put on the list, but clearly it looks like they don't fancy Andre Gray. So that's why I don't really argue it so much, to be honest. All right. Yes, so we continue because we had a few more games. Arsenal won 2-1. Kudos to them. Yes. Forest had a few chances to squeak one pass, you know. Taiwo is just a beast, you know. They truly can't mark Taiwo. Arsenal can't mark Taiwo, but this is not a Premier League show, and we have no time for the Arsenal fans, them, to be honest. They won the game, so I never stayed up to watch anything. So Bobby Reid. Second, solid performance right after the terrible performance in Liverpool. All right, so Bobby Reid, one of the better productive players on the day for Fulham. They had a draw, so it's an extra point in the Premier League to help them avoid the relegation and start to try and see if they can be a team up there to start going for Europe. I think they still need pieces and to grow into their own shells, so I'm gonna keep on watching them. But Bobby Reid already puts in his shifts and he's getting older, so I don't think they're going to depend on him so much. I think the new core has to come and take it past. 47 touches overall in this one, accuracy 28 of 32 on his passes, which is 88%. 4 key passes created in this one, super. Crosses attempted 2, completed 1. 2 of 2 long ball, 1 big chance created, 1 shot on target, 2 off target, which you could complain about that one. Shot blocked 1, ground duels 2 of 4, and aerial duel 1 of 4, and 6 times possession lost and was fouled twice, dribble pass 1. So the typical Bobby Reid that always high energy. Always high energy, you know. Danica said, JD, bad mind is not a good look on you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, and then we have our brother came back from injury and he's going to make Jamaica team definitely solid. All right, yes, imagine we won a game without him, you know, which is one of the solid players them, which is Amari'i Bell. I do believe that this kid is showcasing his range, wing back, normal fullback, and also a centre back, and I do believe that he can play in midfield and look comfortable as well. I don't think he would have the biggest problems to go on the left hand side of midfield and stay there and fit in and be as effective as possible. Don't believe he would have a problem with that, and that is showcasing that if Al Grimson should change his systems throughout the future, he would be one of those individuals that would benefit benefit based off his versatility. All right, yes. So 7.4 on the sofa score, and I thought that everyone yesterday on his team could have gotten that. They played, I never expected this, and I thought, no one expected this. We knew that there would have been a trouble at home, and we slightly betted into Brighton nicking it 2-1, something like that, or maybe a 1-1 draw, but they blanked Brighton 4-0, and every one of their shots were just going in. Period. They were just going in. Even goals, they could have scored. I think they could have got. They could They could have gotten a 6 in this game. Brighton could have gotten a 6 in this game. All right, 6 full level, 6 real life, 6 love, which is embarrassing because Luton is a relegation team. And they're slapping down Brighton almost 6 love. That is embarrassing. So our boy, 90 minutes played, 3 clearances, 2 block shots, 2 interceptions on the defensive end. Ground duels 2 of 5, aerial duels 2 of 2, last possession 9 times, fouled 3 times, and had 60 touches. Out of his 60 touches, completed 81% of his passes, which is 38 out of 47. All right, 38 out of 47. 1 second, guys. I don't know why they pulled up right there, but big bad Mr. Bell, he fully deserved to get all his plaudits from every one of these people inside the club. I do know they respect him because he gives his all. Long balls tried, and he completed 1 out of 6 dribbles attempted, 2 of 2 on the day. Dying for him to come back so we can get some options because he's that talented. All right, he is that talented. All right, Brighton missed some easy chances too, but I think that they could have gotten a 6-0. So all right, or 6-2. They never got 5 chances to score 5. Demo, I can tell you that. Then if you're gonna add there 2, they could have gotten 8-2. Devon Porter says Malik Mothersille ranking along with Chelsea's youngsters from that U20 are already in the loop. We have it under control. So Devon Porter said he has all of these guys under control. So hopefully once we see them start performing, we don't hear say the metrics and the ruler comes out and they can't make the national team, because that would make no sense. Because remember, fantasy stops a long time ago. No, reality sets in. So if a man playing and you are saying that he doesn't deserve to be here, and then fantasy squads them keep on getting picked, then we are going to have a problem there, Devon. So you should not be saying these things, because you know I do retain these information. Wes Harding must come as well. I do believe that Wes Harding is definitely one of the ones keep on performing. People at first said that he needed more game time because he was not getting any game time. Well, he came on, started to score in a few games, and then cemented himself in the defensive department. So we have no excuse. The man go to a new club and started to perform, started to get game, started to produce, and everything. So if we are going to go for Mariappa, Wes Harding can be in the system. I think everyone is blooded in now, so Mariappa don't have to be the translator for the overseas people. Parish Council in the building says, blessed morning, hope we are all doing great. Be safe out there, my people. Thank you very much, Parish Council. That is the most sane thing I've heard from you for the last 2 weeks. All right. They look like giants compared to Brighton player. All right, Devon said no fantasy. All right, so if they are playing, we are going to be seeing them. And now this kid have started off well, so we expect to be seeing them very soon. Boston said, lie you tell, we love fantasy, only not in football. No, we have to call out Devon to make sure he knows what he's saying, because once he puts that out there, he knows that once these guys keep on performing, people will start to ask for them, because this is a place of football and people always come and hear their names being repeated. Yeah, you know, yeah. Christopher Kerr, big up yourself, thanks for being here. This senior team is not easy to make. Apart from the midfield, we are almost there. But Devon, you can't tell me that. Devon, nobody will have like that. You what I just said? This senior team is not hard to make. But you have people making it not playing football. So as long as that keep on happening, you can't tell a next man that is playing professional minutes that it's hard to make. You see, that's why I said it, Devon. Sometimes you have to keep certain things within, because if you go out and say things like that, people will look at you weird. You get me? Because you can't tell a man that this senior team is hard to make when people are making it without playing. You can't sell that narrative, Sir Devon. You have to do better than that, my brother. All right, you can't sell the youth them that saying what a team hard for make and all sort of madness, because the Jamaica team not hard to make, bro. You know, the Jamaica team is not hard to make, Sir Devon. All right, yes. Let me know, guys, if Devon made an error right there saying that, because I'm calling him out. All right. And I don't, Devon, there's no team. Devon, you know, I don't have to tell you who makes the team and never play any football. So one, and my boy midfield make the team and never play any football either. You understand me? So you can't tell people that the team is hard to make when other people are, and you can't say the other persons are more exceptions than these kids, because these kids are renowned for being wonder kids. So if that's the only title you're going to take, these guys are wonder kids for a long time. So we don't have any excuse, you know. Chippy says amen to that. I am still waiting on Wizarding to take over the right back position. Who is okay? We answered that already. Devon Porter, I don't think you can close the team at any point. Players will peak and players will fall off. Thank you very much, Mr. Parish Council. So that is very tough to say, Devon. You can't tell a man playing professional minutes that he certain position lack. Certain position lack? Yeah, you have our big ballers don't even know position. Bro, that's Devon. let me pick the team based on what people does on the field, because I can tell you, even some of our biggest ballers, I can tell you, once these kids come up and start to kick in, these kids are gonna pass some of our better ballers today very, very fast without a problem. I am very sorry, because you know me, I call it as it is. I call it as it is, and I can tell you that some of our players are not fully equipped footballers that are just superior than these kids. You understand me? So I would not jump to say that we are going to close off certain places, because some of these guys are going to be better footballers in 2 years than our main three that we have. Some of these younger footballers, the Hutchinson, the Mothersills, and those guys are going to be better footballers in the next 2 years than some of our main footballers that we have now. So you can't tell them to close the door when they are progressing. You understand me? We have to be honest. We can't just tell the youth them something there. I always give them a way out, or a way in, I should say, that they can make the team. Because I'm not impressed with a lot of our ballers that we just give rein to. And I think that that's how the coach should work his system. You know? All right, so JD, Devon Porter probably know about the incoming players, hence his comment. Well, Mr. Nitro, I am watching football, and I base it off what I'm assessing in football. And I don't believe that these players are out of the realm of getting called up. I still believe that these guys, if they go on 2, 3, 4 weeks tier, the level of our team is not so far superior for them to get called up. All right? All right. JD, don't say they are going to be better. Say they have potential to be better. Okay. Based on how they are progressing now, I think some of them have better positioning than even star players that we hype up. So if that's the take, I think most of them will be better in 2 years' time. So I don't think that the approach is not to bring them in as early as possible. I think the approach should be bring them in as early as possible. All right, so they can get an actual feel of it. So bringing all of the talented kids them as early as possible, so we get a chance to see them. So if and when we have to bring them in, they can be fitted to our systems rather than just push them apart and say, yo, forward line done, front 4, front 20, biggest thing, nobody can test. No, no. Some of these players, believe me, under certain circumstances, they can't even play for them team, because they are not prioritized for every circumstances. So you want to make sure the Jamaica team don't be as predictable as possible. So you have to have everyone for every scenario. So if you're going to play a Panama play a certain style, you can call a certain man because the gap is so fine between them. You can't cast them out and then call them in when it's like you have to done with one to call in the other. I don't see that. You should have the pool because it's supposed to be on a performance basis and everyone has the knowledge to play. So how this is going to look then? The local barn guys them in Jamaica getting training every single day. Then you have some guys that can play for Jamaica that are way higher in their development, never learn the system none at all. So they can't get called, and then we have to rely on some of the local guys them that might not even matriculate into the level that we require. You see, so sometimes we pile on the same problem on ourselves if we don't give everyone the opportunity. That's what I'm trying to lead towards. Bless up, Detonation, Jockey Love, Jamaican Guna, big up yourself, thanks for being here, alright? Yes, so I always say strengthen the pool, and the more a man knows his game is not safe, it goes down to standards after that. Standards after that, because no man have to come play for him game. Him now gonna come here and tell us say, I want you, me run the team. No, we need to move on from those locations, and that's the way we're going to move on from those locations. JD, subliminal statements are pointed into the baller. No, I've never thrown any subliminal. I'm talking, that's, if I said more than one baller. Oh my God, you know what? All right. That's why I'm gonna fight against me now. Tennessee, big up yourself, thanks for being here, massive respect. Soon as player now perform, he need not to be in the side. No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. But you should have a ladder of players. You should have a ladder of players so you can select from. The coach need options. Not for every position you need option. The other day, Blake, for instance, Blake in Suriname decided he's not going to play any football. You needed someone else to step up, right? So you're going to just go for a next man who never play football in the team. At that point, you're going to put him in now. You see what I'm saying? And then if you can't put him in, you have to go and call somebody from the JPL and say, come on, fit in. So we cannot leave it down to that time. We have to make sure we prepare for the problems in the future. That's what I'm pretty much saying. All right? No, my pressure. No, okay, help me, okay. Big up Juras. Massive respect. The man beat me, you know? Alright, so guys, we have 141 in the house. Massive respect. Smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Alright, so we have Sheffield, Crystal Palace took the one over Sheffield, 3-2, so that was a big one. Then we have Newcastle beat the brakes off Aston Villa, and I thought that if they wanted to take more risk, they would have tore them to shreds. Alright, as what I've said to you guys, but you know, come out and beat me up. Alright, yes, a man come in and say Aston Villa have the best defense. I don't believe nothing like that. Aston Villa's pressing over the couple months was very good, but they still gave up a lot of big chances every single games. Alright, but they were not getting scored on. Alright, so 3-1 it ended. Thought that it could have ended 5-6, I think even 7-2 this game could have ended. So this game could have ended just like what we talked on the Luton game. Aston Villa looked 6s and 7s. So let me know if Unai Emery, good evening, boss, got it wrong yesterday. And what would have been the changes you would have made. He went a little bit safe Because who in the world said no, someone in my chat said Aston Villa. Yeah, I only can repeat what people said, you know. I retain information and demo. He was yesterday in my chat. You can go back to yesterday. He said Aston Villa best defense. And I said, let me tell you this. Newcastle got tear up Aston Villa. I don't know what you're talking about. You get me? Sadly, my boss Isaac got injured because it would have been a sure 6-love they would have picked up. All right? Yes, a sure 6-love. All right. So anyways, what changes you would have made? I just saw they said they're shaped up in a 4-4-2, but I still believe it was a 4-4-1-1. Diaby was playing off a more central forward rather than a supported, a equal striker. All right, so Ollie Watkins had to be trying to push back the defense line, but they proved too physical for Ollie Watkins yesterday, to be honest. They proved a little bit too physical for him. Especially in the first half, he couldn't hold them back, and that's what I've said. When you can't hold the front line, can't push back the defense line, then they're gonna advance high up the pitch. Because Newcastle would have given you a midfield press, but Newcastle realized that nobody was coming to stop them, so they just pushed up the pitch and camped up the pitch. And just took the risk and won the ball and back in midfield, which I've said their midfield was always the strength, yes, in this game, and that's why I thought that they're going to tear them to shreds. And they did so. Second half, Leigh Bailey and others came on, but they came on when the exact thing I've explained, what the condition the player can play under, when the next team already leading 3. So they can sit back and then you can come and try and create through those lines. I don't think they trust him against teams that are going to press high, because his defensive output is not good enough. And if your team capsize, he's going to make it worse. So I thought that them going for Magin, Tillemans, and all of the midfielders is to lock down the midfield, but it just never worked out yesterday. All right. Ideal football, that's a wrong thing. So because you said Bailey was the live wire, but if he was the live wire, that means you're saying that they made a mistake not starting him. Let me know. Answer that question, because we talked about it yesterday, you know, and we said that they should have started him because we never expected Newcastle to press high up the pitch. But no. You saw how Newcastle played. You thought that he would have made a difference? I don't believe so. I thought that it would have been worse if he had started. I thought that it would have been worse if he had started. Because these guys, John McGinn, Tillemans, and Diaby, are all better defensive players. And they just couldn't stop Newcastle. They just couldn't stop Newcastle, and all of them had to be defending. And that's what we're talking about. If Newcastle stayed in the midfield and they just poorly conceded those goals, then we could have said it is a mistake. But based on the pressure that they got under, and these guys couldn't stop them, we have to say that he wouldn't make a difference because he offers no defensive threat. Newcastle have been in absolute shocking form. No, sometimes they can turn up and do very well. JD, the coach, get it wrong. Yes, he got it wrong, but getting it wrong was not about Leigh Bailey. Because what they had problems with, he can't solve. So please educate me, DJ Sean Johnson. How would he fix the problem when he can't defend? You're going to say that he has to be trying to go forward more. But they couldn't get the ball to go forward more because every time they lost the ball in midfield, it's a counter. So the forwards they got non-existent. Pretty much. So how would he offer more? You see it? That's why I have a beat on, you know, because when they don't even go on the list of players that they have in the list and say, all right, then I would have added a defensive central, I would have added this, and then go with a different system. You guys don't even give me that. You're saying Bailey would have solved it. What? Then you never watch the game. Leigh Bailey come off the bench and make an impact. And Mark Russell, we understand that. That is true. He made an impact. But remember, you're leading 3-love in the Premier League. They sit back. They sit back and just wanted to counter. It's different. If a team is coming forward, you can't be as effective. You understand me? Speng Dang come in, the leader of the pillar gang, yes. Remember the Speng Dang, this is not after the fact, you know. This was before we were talking about it. Alright? Yes. I don't think Bailey would have made one damn better. I think he would have given up around 4 big chances. 4 big chances under pressure. Like every game that he turned up under pressure, he gave up the most big chances out of the forward players. Go and check it your damn self. Alright, so maybe the coach looked at it and say, alright, I can't work with that. Let me go with more defensive players. You don't look at it, guys. The man them go with more defensive players. So you're going to tell me that they just need to go forward. So, okay, so that's how football plays now. We just need to have pure attackers on the field and nobody can defend. Wow. Nitro said Bailey is their best winger. But they never needed that. Nitro, they never went with that approach. They tried to make sure they can be combative. Right? Because remember, the midfielders are big, you know, and strong. You understand me? So that's... Oh, God. Speng Dang, you can leave our channel and you're going to get blocked from our channel and go about your business because you can't comprehend. You have -2 brain cell. You little clown. But waste man. You know not about football? So we could have had the conversation before and the coach would do the same thing as what we said about the lines of football. You need to go to school and stop follow man with pillow. So you are one of the Jamaicans that love man a little bit too much. Yeah, till the sense can't work. Yes. You're tired for come and see we get it exactly how we say it to go work out, don't? Yeah. Well, they were wrong. Yes, I would agree. So they are wrong. I would agree that they could have done it different. That is true. But in which way we would have gotten the result, Aston Villa would have gotten the result. Because what this is showing me now, only when Aston Villa can go on the front foot, they are as effective. I don't think they can play cagey football and win no game. That's what it's showing me, you know. They can't play cagey football and win no game. And they are, based on that, they're going to drop down the ladder, people. They are going to drop down the ladder if they can't win without the fully expansive football because they are giving up too much chances per game. Alright, remember they are playing Sheffield, and Sheffield could have scored 3-4 goals on them. Every game they play, it's like a 50-50 chance to win. You can't play games like that and turn up in the top 4. So I would be surprised if Aston Villa ended up in the top 4. Based on the way they have played this entire season. Yes, they have a lot of quality players on injury. That is definitely true because if you had Buendia would have been the natural cam central forward. Then they could have put Diaby out there. Then Yuri Tillemans could have substituted between Douglas Luiz and Kamara. So you'd have had more options. And then you'd have Leigh and Bailey, Diaby, and a lot more options. Definitely injury cost them. No, we can't say they weren't going to make the top 4 anyway, you know? Vibes, they were thinking that Diaby offer more defensive presence than Leigh and Bailey and also more pressing metrics than Leigh and Bailey. So when they're going to drum up, he would have the more energy to trap back. And when they're going to go forward, he would have more energy than Leigh and Bailey to link up with Ollie Watkins. Like, just stay closer to him to force the back line. But it just never worked yesterday. The size of size and physicality of Newcastle really caused them a lot of problems. It really caused them a lot of problems. JD, how good is Salah defensively? But Liverpool's system is completely different. Liverpool Gagan system make sure they press it straight through the middle. So all of their flank players are just on duty to be assisters or scorers. That's what they do majority of the times. Alright, so it's different. Aston Villa is not in the same league as Liverpool. I'm very sorry, people. These guys are doing it for almost 10 years. So how can they come class as the same team? Nitro, that is miles apart, man. Yeah, we can't, and Salah work rate is exceptional. So even if he's not the best tackler, he's still shot back on black lane. You can't compare Leigh and Bailey with Mohamed Salah defensive or attacking. Not even millionaires. Give Salah him credit, man. I know that his team didn't do anything in AFCON, but it's hard to win against them big, strong African team here, man. With some tough referees, cause all the Nick Brock ain't getting a call, you know. So Salah can't really do nothing in Africa so much because the physical beating you get in AFCON is not normal. All right, a lion and tiger them man a fight against, you know. So the level of physicality in the AFCON ain't normal. All right, yeah, man. Else, some challenges that I saw there. I saw Victor Osimhen, the amount of kick and backs and thump he gets in games. And not even fouls majority of the times. So you have to understand, man. So Salah, so you can't class Salah in the same light, man. But anyways, the player got an assist. So we have to give him his credit for what he came on and did. But we still have to explain the situation as to what's going on at Aston Villa. All right? Yes. But if he can make it to Liverpool, I think that he could have offered something to Liverpool because Liverpool's system, Liverpool's system might help him out. You get me? I remember one time Mane was at Southampton. Mane was a killer just the same because but Mane was a good finisher and a terrible finisher at the same time. I saw him scoring an hat-trick in the fastest hat-trick in the Premier League, and then missed the ball on the goal line. You understand me? At Southampton, you know, not Liverpool, at Southampton. He's doing those madness. And he came to Liverpool and became an elite type player, all right? An elite type player. He would probably say AFCON, big, fast, and strong. And the referees, them are terrible. And that's all I would say. Make what Liverpool? Oh my God, I'm just explaining to people that he would have done better with less defensive responsibilities. You get me? I think he would have done better. I'm just trying to give the pillar man them something to arc about, because they need to hear something good to feel good, Demo. So I have to put that in it. All right? Yes. All right, big up. JD, don't think JA big and faster than the Africans. No, why? How is that possible? No, man. So we went and play Cameroon, and good Lord, Cameroon run fast and strong. It made we look like we were running back way. You know, and we had our Jamaicans on that field. And they made us look small. To be honest, Klopp turned him into a beast. Yeah, man. So maybe Bailey can go there and become a beast. Governor, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Mane was always a top player in my... Yes, but I've said to you, say if the man has scored the fastest hat-trick in a Premier League before he came to Liverpool, it must mean, say, he one of the best players them at that time, from day one, when he came in the league, yes. But I'm just trying to let people know that he was doing these madness at Southampton, even though Southampton at that time played very good football, and yeah, he was latching on to those balls and taking on people and causing all sorts of problems. So we bring up Leigh and Bailey stats on the screen. 28 minutes played. He played more than 28 minutes. Played around 35 minutes. 35 minutes he played. All right, 1 assist in the game, 29 touches, is passing, 14 of 16, 88. 5 key passes in the short time, which is very good. All right, crosses, he tried 5 crosses, completed 2. That is very good as well. Big chances created 1 out of the 4 key pass, 1 shot off target. Dribbles attempted 4 of 5. Ground duels 4 of 6. Very, very good. And possession lost 8 times. All right, so very good cameo he came on with. Very good. All right, yes. But we were discussing if he would have started under the circumstance. So we can give a man him credit for what he did on the field, but we can still assess the football itself. And that's the problem. Look how easy we can give him his credit. But yet still, when we are talking about why the coach never started him, people get upset. We can give the man him credit for what he does. But yet still, make sure you know what he can't do good. Good Lord, man. See it? Come on, people. If Watkins never had the Darwin genes, the game would have changed, but him offside. The game would... No, you cannot come here and say that because you have to count Newcastle chances as well. And if it was Newcastle chances, you would have to say that Newcastle would have still won the game 7-2, 7-3, just the same. All right. I'm puzzled. Emery never started Bailey, given how well he has been playing. But that's a difference. Jamaican football youth travel. That's what I love, you know. So you realize what I've just explained to Devon Porter. The man don't think that football lack and sleep a people yard. It goes with who fits the system that he thinks have the highest possible chance of getting the result. The last time Liverpool at home, he could have started Bailey as well too. But he knew that, okay, we need more defensive output, but high up the pitch so we can counter, because that gives us the best possible chance. So what I'm going to go for, I'm going to go for a defender that can give me something going forward. And he chose a defender over the actual winger. And then after Leigh Bailey came on because of an injury. And then they substituted him after to go back to assist him. You understand me? So coaches in the big world, it's not up. Oh, the man scored 4 goals or the man have 10 assists in 15 games. You know, I realize that how the assist them comes. So remember, it's 90 minutes of a game. So if he believes that the next team might pose a better strength in that area and we can't override that, we have to go with a strategical way. And remember, it was a strategical way got him here. So we can't say the man can't coach now when it was our strategy got him to this point. You saw life funny. So we have to evaluate things to the right metric, people. All right. Rebel said, JD, you know, Reid Martinez, you know. They took all their chances and they will, with the except of the 3 goals, got saved and cleared. Oh, Lord. Wayne Evans said, no, JD, Bailey is Villa's best attacking player. No, Ollie Watkins is Villa's best attacking player. All right? Ollie Watkins is actually Villa's best attacking player. So let me put everything in context. All right? Yeah, man. He doesn't trust Bailey in the big games. Clearly it shows. But when you could look at Manchester City game, Manchester City missing a lot of key players. They wanted speed on the wings and they had enough defensive coverage. And because of Manchester City plays the football more tiki-taka-ish, they believe that they could have gotten the midfielder to come out in Leigh Bailey's position and Leigh Bailey push up. So they could have facilitated him in it, so they go with him right there. For Arsenal, they go with him right there because of the system they do play. But these guys are relying on physicality on the day and making it a rough game at the time. JD Emery said in his post-match interview that Bailey is been slightly injured. That's why he didn't start. It wasn't tactical. He always said something like that. Because the last time he said a couple of weeks ago, it was not personal why he never played Bailey in the majority of those games. Alright? Bailey is a national, laugh out loud. Bailey wasn't fully fit. That's why he didn't start. Aldine, oh Lord. Aldine, how much time you come here with that same madness? Bailey over Diaby any day? I don't believe it either. I think Diaby is a complete more footballer than Bailey. JD, please don't go down the road of discussing. No. We discuss every player, so I can't disrespect any player. It doesn't matter if negative energy will come with it. We have to do with that and we have to move on after. All right? Yes. So we are giving everybody their time. All right? So that's Leigh Bailey. So you can't, and if I never talked about him, you guys would have come here and said that I'm fighting against the player. So how can I win? How can I win? All right? Bailey over Diaby, no, because Diaby very short. I still will take Diaby over Bailey just the same. All right, I look at a lot more things, and I have the balls to see what I see. All right, yes, and believe me, a lot of women don't have the balls to talk the truth. So I will not even entertain that. For me, Diaby will make it over him every single day. For me, but we talked about Bobby Reid. We discussed all of that. All right, so we have a few more players on our list. I will come back to them after going through this one. So this is a next one. JD, if you don't believe Bailey over Diaby, you're just biased, or as usual. Well, I use football. I use football to know that I would pick him over him. That's all I'm telling you. All right? Yes, I use football. I don't use sentiments. And I'm not going to say it because I'm looking popularity contest with Jamaican people. I am not fool. That's me. I'm going to say it because I believe it. All right? If I had believed it, I would have said it. So anyways, let me move on to the rest of the show. All right? yeah, man. Ajay said, what football you use? Football in metrics, tracking back, blocking lanes, that is important. Because remember, he's still scoring and he's still assisting as well, being the first time he's in the Premier League. Remember the amount of excuse with damn use when Leigh and Bailey come to the Premier League the first time? You saw lion wicked we are? Yes, I remembered well. We use every excuse. The trouble is, we are all biased Jamaicans. I am the only non-biased Jamaican on planet Earth. And you guys saying that I am the one that's biased. I am the only non-biased. Because every time I can call him out when he comes onto a Jamaica player. And once you don't like them, like Shamar Nicholson, when I come and tell you that Shamar Nicholson is playing good, oh, Shamar Nicholson are good, and then I him send we go to Copa. And then I hit my score every week and I play good football at the same time. But you still don't like Shamar Nicholson. So you have a problem. You have a specific few and not deep on planet Earth. Leigh and Bailey can't play football like Shamar Nicholson by reading the damn game. Know what to do without a coach giving him instruction. Alright? Yes. I said that one. And I'm sure of that. And any coach come and tell a difference, them don't know nothing about coaching. I'm sure of that. Alright, yes, so when a pillar man have a ball, I true me no want to get in a certain things for no pre me. Alright, so let's leave it alone. Alright? Yes, fan of mine, I said I am the only non-bias on planet Earth. Alright. Diaby is better, is a better defender, but overall Bailey making a better opportunity. Fair enough, Kudo Williams. I am okay with that. Alright? But don't just throw off the next guy. When the guy come in the league the first time and you don't have so much goals that we are bragging about over the man. And he's putting in something that you don't do. So we can have a conversation. That's all I'm saying, you know. No, the show now mash up, man. So Bailey not play. No, DJ Sean Johnson. No. Who know like that type of football? So sometimes when the coach don't start him, me clearly understand why the coach don't damn start him. Because reading football is not a part of him games. Alright? Yes. Run up and down. Yes, might be a part of him game, but reading football and being effective on the football field for 90 minutes upon two ends is not a part-time game. And even biggest pillar man them can tell you the damn truth. Alright? Yes. We don't like forget me steamy. Alright, so anyways, let me move on. We don't want to talk about no more Bailey people. We're done. I am done with the fight. Alright? Brandon, big up. I understand. If they had said that, if they had said Bailey over Diaby based on current form, but Diaby defense better, I would have given them, But you see, because them are bringing on the next person, then I realize that that's why I always beat the other Jamaican players, them, Because they put down all the other players, them, to just hype up the Jamaican players, them. So that's why I have to always come to the rescue of the other players, them. If they just give the people them honest credit, I would have said, yeah, man, I would pick Leigh and Bailey because of all his flaws. He still creates something on the attacking end. So maybe one of the midfielders have to do more work and the fullback have to do more work. And just know that this is a liability right there. But the attacking threat, he might offer a lot more attacking threat. I would have understand there. But because they want to war and they want to say this is the greatest thing since Jesus Christ, me not gonna take it. Because knowing... Alright, let me leave it there. Let me leave it there. Blake Hilton said, LB31 can't read no game, but him dirt Man City and Arsenal. Yeah, because running forward, no hard for do. Blake Hilton. Oh my God. You see that? Yeah, all right. You know what? Let me leave it alone. You know what? Let the pillar man them win today. Let me leave you alone. All right, JD, why? No, because Mr. United, we have talked about both every player. But you see, once you say anything bad about this player, I don't know what happened. Them just can't, you could have named out 50 good because Mr. United had named out 50 good. When me read out him stats, me I say great, 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 great. And then him I say thanks JD. All of him stats them great aside from defensive. They never said that, you know. JD do bigger things, barely do bigger things in football. No, but overall, reading a football game and being effective without a goal or an assist in a game, Shamar Nichols is a better footballer than Liam Bailey. I'm sure of that, brother. I'm very sure of that, and I'm not going to change it. You get me? Yes, I understand that you said he's in the Premier League. He went to Germany. Well, Shamar Nichols got his chances. He did it in Belgium. He's doing it in France, and he did it in Russia. So he still did it 3 places. So the only thing he needs to do is come to England and do the similar things. And I think he can do the same thing in England as well. I think if he comes to England, he's going to impact games better than Liam Bailey. Because he's going to bring people into games. And if he was on the field yesterday, he could have led the line with Ollie Watkinson better than Liam Bailey started in the team. Yesterday, if he was on Aston Villa team, he could have led the line better with Ollie Watkinson and bring everybody in the team. He could have pushed back their defense line. So stop bringing down the next guy when the guy have talent. The guy have talent just the same. Because I'm sure you know him perform better than Liam Bailey when the two of them come on the field. At Jamaica. That is 100% surety. Alright? Yes. So maybe he doesn't have the worldwide accolades as yet. And oh no, he never won it there. So he never won it there. He never won it there. You know what? Give him 4 more years. Let we bet on that one. Let we bet on who is going to turn out the better footballer then. Since you guys are fighting against Shamar Nicholson, you know? Since you're not gonna fight, because I realize you know 8 certain Jamaican players. That's what. Yeah, let me move on. Time for move on. We're not. I'm done. Almost 1 hour. We spent 20 minutes on Liam Bailey. I'm done. All right. Let me check the likes on the video. If we don't reach 100 likes, oh my God. All right. Guys, I can't take any calls. I am not taking any calls. We are going to open a Discord when the time comes. All right? Yes. I am not taking any calls, guys. I don't have the wire. All right? I don't have the wire. Okay? Yes. Bailey Abala, just letting you know, JD. What you saying, stop bringing down. Please speak properly about the game on Bailey. Oh, my God. Mark. I bun me out. I say, oh, God. All right, you know what? Bailey Pillar Gang them out. Please be honest, Reid Bailey. He does not do much without the ball, but on the ball, him a killer. All right. So Shamar a killer on the ball and off the ball as well. All right. On the ball and off the ball as well. So we give Shamar him credit. That's all. Listen, I'm not gonna compare anybody. Let me just done it. Let me done it there. Let me done it there. Let me done it dear people. Let me move on to the rest of the conversation. Alright, we have other information to give out. JD, I don't think nobody is saying Bailey is defensively solid. Not even Butler no believe that. Bailey said him no for pass. Oh, what? Butler say him for pass offline? Jesus God. So that's why I never learn all them stuff there. Okay. My goodness. No, Boss Thomas, me done. And then I continue. Guys, we want to move on. We have other people here. We have other young ballers. If a Jamaica, I wanna like, you know. I wanna like the pillar man, you know. The pillar man gang massive, you know. Let we just move on, no? Let we just move on. Alright? Now I'm gonna do this Discord so people can come in the Discord so other people can have the discussion with them. All right? Yes. So just give me a little time. Let me get the Discord up and running. And the Discord is so people just come and say their piece. I am not going to in too much long talking with anybody in the Discord. All right? Yeah, man. Me not in too much. Today is not the day for me in no long talking with no man. All right, yes. Yes, so I didn't know what a long talk. You just come in, say a piece. All right, yes. Let me save this message. Hola. A 40 likes up on the video. I pay Bailey. I pay Bailey gang in the house. 40 likes. I pay Bailey gang in the house. So the person that's calling in, please click the link that I've just posted and just come on the link and come and give your take. All right? Yes. I would love to see Shamar Nicholson at Marseille. And believe me, I tell you, if he's at those levels, you'll be impressed. They said 76 likes, we still not have it. 76 likes too little for 1 hour. I get the feeling that there is only attacking to football. So, Devon, you see why I'm always a problem when them say I'm a bad man, the player? Alright, so that's why. You know, I'm always bad minding the player, you know, because I can't talk about football. So I have to just dumb myself down in a Jamaican thinking of football and not the way how people teach me how football play. You know, and then me can't say nothing. Me can't talk. You know, yes. Alright, so yeah man, people make it over 100. We have 160 here. We know say 68 is for the 69 of them is for the Pillar Gang. 69 of them. 69. Perfect number. Alright, so K, go ahead, K. Are you the calling?
Jesse, you want to go first?
You the calling? Are you the calling, right? Yeah, man, so let's go ahead, no, man. Just go ahead then, no? Because if you are calling, just go ahead. Because me have my other program when me have going now. And you make me open it, too.
And listen, I can't agree with the fact when you say Shamar Nicholson is a better player than Leigh and Bailey. I do not agree with that, JD.
Okay.
Listen, even, you see, in recent times, Shamar Nicholson has performed better than Leigh and Bailey for the national team. Even in the games where Shamar Nicholson was criticized for not scoring, in terms of his overall gameplay, I thought he was better than Leigh and Bailey. You know, in terms of the role of a striker, you know, bringing other players into play, etc., the hold up of the ball and this type of stuff. However, his failing was on finishing his chances, especially down by the stadium when we played I don't remember which team we played, but he was criticized, right? But in terms of the overall makeup of a player, I think that Leigh and Bailey is a better player in the sense that if you look at the role of a winger compared to a striker, Leigh and Bailey output for the player that he is and the position that he plays, he has more output compared to a player that is a striker whose role and job is to be scoring goals. And I don't think Shamar Nicholson is that type of striker that's clinical enough to be that striker to lead the line, especially in a league like England. Realistically, JD, tell me a team in England that Shamar Nicholson can lead the line for.
He could have led the line for Aston Villa.
You think Shamar Nicholson can lead the line for Aston Villa?
Yes. I was looking at it. Yes, I was looking at it. If you put him, if you put Ollie Watkins up with him, I wouldn't say he's better than Ollie Watkins. But you ask me which team that he could have led the line for. He could have played for Sheffield as well. So I still believe that there is places that he could have gotten game time and be impactful. I think we're taking it for granted what he's doing in a poor team to even big teams in France. You get me? That's all I'm saying still. I think we try to downplay the guy until him come to England.
It's not really downplay no JD, but when you look at the role of a striker and what they're supposed to do, as I said, his overall gameplay and makeup of the other facets of his game, I am impressed by that, you know, in terms of his finding of positions, his hold up play, etc. But in terms of to lead the line and to score the necessary goals required, especially say for a team like Sheffield who's looking to stay in the Premier League, I don't think he would do it to the extent that they would be looking for to stay in the league. Not saying he's a bad player, no. It's not to say he's a bad player. You know what I'm saying? But for me as a fan, I'm looking for more goal scoring compared to other facets of his game.
Okay. No, but fair enough. So that's the Leigh and Bailey part alone calling on. What happened to all the other players them that did something and we talked about?
Pertaining to, well, I don't know enough about how this man name pronounced now, JD.
Malik Mothersille.
You
know, I feel like say a part of the Pillar Gang, cause you always call him for whisper and Leigh and Bailey, you know. Maybe you know talk like how the Pillar Gang masters them talk.
You know, like the Amari'i Hutchins them and all these type of players, you know.
Yeah, but he was actually at Chelsea, you know. He was one of the leading goal scorers at Chelsea under 21s, you know.
Yeah,
So
but I'm not a Chelsea fan though.
okay, okay, all right, yeah, all right, all right. Me not fight if you no about the other place them. All right, no problem. So me can't ask any more question because the only thing me have left, I forgot into the next squad were released. But me I gotta give everybody them chance for coming. So just hold on, and then once the conversation started jumping, me not gonna argue your points, what you said. You never really give me what Leigh and Bailey does to what me did state, you know, about Shamar, you know. Because I talked about the impact on games, like to grab the games and bring everybody into the teams. As a team, like him can just link, him can press at the forward and cause all of those problems. So that's what me that use for say him is a better player, and he comes by him reading and where him put him big frame. So that's what me
Yeah,
that
but the
use,
thing
you
is
know.
really, a player can have all the facets to them game, right? But the one essential one for a striker is to score goals. And Sherman Nicholson for me is not that clinical enough. So in terms of me to give it the makeup of Leigh and Bailey, yes, Leigh and Bailey is not the type of player that's going to link up play and bring teammates into the game. He's more
Mm-hmm.
direct in terms of his dribbling and coming inside of the right wing and then looking for the opportunity to shoot. But I'm saying his output as a winger and
Mm-hmm.
for both assist as well as goal scoring, that gives
Mm-hmm.
him the edge for me over Shamar Nicholson because he's doing
Okay.
more of his job as a winger compared to Shamar Nicholson as a striker who's supposed to score goals.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
With Shamar Nicholson for me, in other facets of his game, it is better than Leon Bailey's other facets. If he had the goal scoring ability, JD, to be clinical enough, then I would believe he would be the better player than Leon Bailey if he was more clinical.
Okay, okay, okay. He played 15 games so far and have 4 goals and 3 assists in a new league that he just walked into. Um, so he has 7 goals contribution in 15 games. In 15 games, yeah. And if you look at his record that I'm going to show you, because even though we said that he's not a clinical goal scorer, you realize that it's because he gets himself in like 4 point odd big chances position per game. It is not because he's not finishing. So he has a good finishing record, you know. But the problem is he gets himself in so much position, and because we are watching the games, we tend to believe that he's just not finishing. The amount. Let me put it up here because let me give you his overall balance, because I don't think he's as bad as what we try to make him out to be, you know. And his finishing, you know. All right, because see here, he played 200 games. He has 67 goals and 22 assists in 200 games. So
No,
that,
not
yeah,
to
go ahead.
diminish his goal scoring records, right? But we have to factor in this is in Russia as well as in France.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Compared to
But
Leon
oh,
Bailey, track record is
yeah.
in Germany, Genk as well as England.
So Germany a higher football level than just a higher football level than France. Just a higher
Yeah,
and Russia just a higher. So because Russia and so Belgium, so Russia because Belgium and Germany, Liam Billy came from to England, right? That's the two
mhm.
locations. So Shamar did their Belgium, and Shamar did better than Liam Billy at Belgium. That is not even a question, right? So you take that out of the conversation in a Belgium, right? We would take that out because
I give you that.
Liam Bailey was even younger. So I'm not even gonna compare it right there.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
okay, in terms of the big boy leagues now, right? We're using Russia as well as France as
Yes,
the
he played
metric, and Leon
47
Bailey.
games in Russia, and he has 18 goals and 3 assists in 47
Yeah, but
games.
the level of competition is way different in Russia as well as France compared to the German league and the English Premier League in all areas,
Eve-
defensive as well as attacking.
yeah, but I don't think you're giving these. I think you're taking
JD,
away things from him.
it's almost like you take a 20-goal striker from the French league, bring him to the Premier League, and expect that he's going to score 20 goals in the Premier League. It's not going to happen. He'll probably score like at least 10 or 11
All right, but this is Leon
because the
Bailey's
French
third
league
season,
and the
right?
pace it is
This
tough.
is Leon Bailey's third season, right? This is his third season in England. This is Shamar
So far.
Nichols' first season, right? And he only spent one in Russia and the next half. So 2 seasons in Russia. So I just say that the missing chances and stuff, and they're not clinical. I don't think it's as accurate as to what people want to make it out to be. All right, because the man numbers are almost half of his games them. So we have to give him credit, and this is excluded the Jamaican numbers, you know, which the Jamaican numbers are actually the best. You get me? So I think we have not given him credit as to how we don't evaluate him the same way. I think the Russian league is good enough.
What I will say is, when Leigh Bailey was at Leverkusen in Germany, right? Various clubs were linked with him, and we could have looked at it and said, you know what, which team in the Premier League and which player Leigh Bailey could take out of the position, right? And which team he could have been a starter in or a bench player, right? If you look at Shamar Nicholson, JD, as a man say in the comment section, and it's not that I'm going by the comment section, but if I look across the board,
and Aldian, stop telling lies on me. It is this man come on the stream and talk about Leigh Bailey and ask me questions. So I had to answer and bring up Shamar's number because he's saying something about Shamar. My brother, not that he get from the reason why I bring up Shamar. Because Alina said, me, I try to bring up Shamar Nicholson for try to bring down Leigh Bailey. Me never done with the conversation.
It's not a bring down thing. Comparison is not
brother,
a bring down thing.
Aldian, it clearly looks like the man them lose comprehension when we talk about certain people, brother. Stop it now, man. But you're lying because it's the man I wouldn't have brought up nothing. Me done and need up on a different topic. And the man come on with it. So stop lying, brother. It's not your opinion. It's a lie you're telling. A foolishness you talk. Because me never make no action until the man speak, brother. So stop the lying, brother. If you think me I bring him down, no problem. You just say that, don't say this and that. If you just say flat out, say think me I bring him down, and then me don't talk. Can't even like talk about the players them. You know, and that's why them Jamaica can't reach away. Because the way only think. Go ahead, Carla. Sorry about that. Me have to just worry one Aldian.
When Leigh was in Germany, you know, we assess the situation and say, you know what, maybe he could have played for a team in the Premier League and take this player position. However, when I look at Shamar Nicholson, right, and I look across the board of the Premier League, obviously, he's not, I don't want to say he's not good enough to play for a top 6 team. I don't think he has the necessary requisites to play for a top 6 team and what they're looking to achieve across the season, right? You go lower down in the pecking order, right? The likes of Aston Villa. You say him could have lead the line for Aston Villa. I don't believe that one.
You don't believe either? Okay, no problem. So you believe that Leigh Bailey can play for a top 6 team? You believe that? You can't exclude Shamar, you know. You can't exclude Shamar, and you can't say Shamar can't play for a top 6 team, but not say anything about Leigh Bailey. You even say that too.
Leigh Bailey to me, for what he can play for a top 6 team, but just not as a starter.
Okay, so he can play as a top 6 team and on the bench or whatever, but he can make a top 6 team. All right.
Let me tell you.
No, Harry vibes. Before this season start, you have Aston Villa as a top 6 team, not because they're in the top 6 position. No, that doesn't necessarily mean they're a traditional top 6 team. We know exactly what he was talking, bro.
And for the top 6 team, right, JD? I think maybe for only Spurs as well as maybe Arsenal.
Ooh, Chelsea, all right, United, Arsenal.
But you see, Chelsea, the direction that Chelsea is going in, not Chelsea. United, I don't think United would ever be interested in Leigh Bailey. Manchester City never.
No. Carla, you said not Chelsea. So then, how can he not make Chelsea team and make Arsenal team? Jesus God. Oh, Lord.
No. Reason being, no. I'm saying the makeup of Chelsea and the direction that they're looking to go into. I don't think they would look at a player like Leigh Bailey, right? Arsenal, on the other hand, with the likes of Reece Nelson, Saka, Martinelli, I think they would just look for somebody that's average enough, that's good enough to play as a backup to a player like Bukayo Saka. Because I'm saying, and Leigh Bailey for me would have a good output coming off the bench for a team like Arsenal, especially in the not at the dying moments, but if they need to make a substitute if Saka is tired, then Leigh Bailey could be one of those players, right?
All right.
As I said about Shamar Nicholson, you're going down the pecking order. Not many teams I could see him leading the line for. He could play for some of these teams, but I'd have to see definitely more from him to say, oh, you know what, he can manage it.
Boy, one thing I have to say, Carla, you see Shamar Nicholson, I don't rave over people, but I can just give them their credit based on how they are growing. So this is not a comparison. I'm telling you that Shamar Nicholson will keep on surprising us. Especially majority of the people inside Jamaica. Because I realized that Uno couldn't see what I saw from a while back. You know, when I heard you guys disrespecting him, and I'm saying, no, you know, I think this guy is learning and he's improving and he's gonna do some good things. And he just came up and did all what he did after, and continue to do it. You know, but let him come to England, which I think he will. And then I think the metric will move after that. But because it hasn't happened as yet, I'm gonna leave it.
What's the trajectory of Shamar Nicholson's career after this loan spell is up?
I think more likely either Germany or England. I think because I don't think he wants to go back to Russia. So I think Germany or England or even Spain. But any one of those leagues he goes to, and you come here and tell me foolishness, then me I go call you out. But me I go wait until his next move. Then me call you out. You know. But for now, you have your point, because Leigh barely played 3 seasons in the Premier League. 2 of the first seasons, everybody wanted him out. I say him to know nothing about football, him not in a sense. These are the things that they were saying. But no one never said nothing. They said him a fight against the man. Him get 1 billion coaches, and every one of the 1 billion coaches them say the same damn thing. And now him get some leading of success, then I'm the biggest thing. While Shamar, everywhere he went to, he became a success based on how he performed. You know, and then you couldn't say, okay, if him get an opportunity in England, he might would have replicated that success, because everywhere him go in that 4 years, he did the same damn thing. Bailey was injured those seasons. He played the games them just the same vibes. We can count them, because people were saying that same thing. He never just injured the whole damn games them. So you see,
for you.
Wow.
Before you get Jason past at this stage, I'm going to give you 2 strikers, right? At least maybe 2 or 3. 3, and tell me if Shamar Nicholson better than them. Eddie Nketiah, Rasmus Højlund, and Nicholas Jackson.
We said Nketiah, Rasmus Højlund, and Nicholas Jackson. Over at this point, I would put him in my team over Jackson and Nketiah.
Shamar Nicholson your team over Jackson.
Yes, over Jackson and Nketiah. Yeah. In my team, I never said he's a better player than them, but what he offers for me as that type of striker, I would like it. Rasmus, I saw something special in him more than any one of them. You know, that player is similar to Shamar Nicholson, but he has a bigger upside than Shamar Nicholson by a country mile. And I think next year he's going to kick on. Even though this year he's scoring, but not scoring in the Premier League as to what they wanted. You know, but I think he has a special knack. That boy, that kid, he's good, man. He's good. So over those 2, I would pick Shamar Nicholson in my team over them. And you know me, I don't favor the local guys them for just local sake. But I think Shamar Nicholson brings some different things that we need to give him his respect for. I saw it. Remember, I only can say what I saw, you know.
And I gave him those respect in JD for the other facets of those games as a striker, because not every striker have the movement like Shamar Nicholson. You know, one thing Shamar Nicholson have. Proper
Carla, you put me in a whole heap of trouble here, because here Umza said Bowser ain't better than Jackson or Eddie. Did I say that, Carla?
No, I never said that.
Me not say me that prefer.
Get Jason going to attack.
Jesus, you're a peer trouble. Yo, me not answer your call next time. Let me tell you.
Let Jason go on.
I have not said that, people. Pull the video back. Pull the video back. Hear what I've said. I've never said that. I said I would choose him over them because what he offers, I think it would have been more influential to leave Arsenal damn team over Nketiah. That's all I was trying to say, because I'm looking at the situations. He doesn't have to be the natural best player, like if Nketiah 79 and him a 77, but because of his skill sets, it would have brought out more out of his forwards them, because his wingers them like to get space and time. If he can occupy 2 defenders, it's a little bit better than what Nketiah could do. You understand me? Because he doesn't have the size as Shamar. The size mixed with mobility. Alright? We can't take that for granted, you know, people. But you know what? I am leaving it alone. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, so just to continue on this topic.
Oh God.
I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you, JD, with the assessment of the
Oh
three
God, but they
strikers he gave.
continue it. What the rest of play them or play Jason? You know what all I play them? You know could I give
Yes,
the topic a
yes.
break, man? Lord God, me dead. Alright, go ahead, Jason. Talk,
It won't be long. It won't be long. Basically, I was just saying I agree in terms of like Shamar. I would take him over Eddie at Arsenal only because I think the profile that he has as a striker is what we're missing. So, in terms of, dropping back the defense, pushing back the back line, just having that size to be somebody that can occupy the last man or the last two defenders. I think that's something that Arsenal is missing in the attack. So just to have a change of style, if necessary, he would be a good fit, I think, for Arsenal. Now, there may be other players out there with the same profile that Arsenal might go for before him. But in terms of what he brings on the field and his skill set, I think it's something that Arsenal is lacking. So we definitely need a striker with that profile at some point if we want to push on, I think. And then just to move away from this, go back to Malik Mothersille. I think the only thing I'll say on Malik is, I would love to see him get more regular game time in the actual League One team. I know he has been getting some kind of cameo appearances lately, and I was hoping that, in the Football League trophy, that would kind of force the coach to give him more time. And I think this last performance might do so. A couple of weeks back in the Football League trophy, they also played against Arsenal U21, and he pretty much dominated that game as well. But the game yesterday was against a team playing with mainly their big men that play in the League Two. So it was I think it was a little more of a challenge for him in terms of the physicality, and he came through very well. So I'm hoping that, in the coming weeks, we see him more and more in the League One team, maybe even forcing his way into some starts, even though they do have a pretty decent forward line with some more experienced players. So it's going to be tough. But if he continues what he's doing in the league trophy, I think the coach will have no choice but to give him more time in League One. Also, just to touch on Bobby Reid, I saw a really great article yesterday on the Fulham site where the coach was talking about, how important Bobby Reid was to him. And the exact quote that he used was, the player is a tactical genius. And I think that's the thing that, most people or Jamaican fans, I think when they're assessing Bobby Reid, they don't really factor in that side of the game. And I think that's a part of the reason why, Fulham's coach loves him. Hal Grimson loves him. Pretty much anywhere he goes, the coaches love him and play him and put him places on the pitch because he just is so cerebral in how he thinks about the game that whatever other deficiencies he might have, they're pretty much hidden because he knows where to be on the field at all times. So that is the next step.
Football education is very much important then.
It's probably the most important thing, JD.
Okay,
I think as soon as we realize that, I think we'll be able to better assess the players because honestly, when you look at Bailey, I think that is the one thing where, it's not matching up with his talent level in terms of with the football, right? If he could kind of close that gap between his IQ level on the pitch and what he can actually do with the ball, then we'll see a more complete player. And it's something that I think we have seen at times this season under Emery. I think Emery has really helped him out in terms of positioning, where to be on the pitch, when to take on, when to drop off the ball. My biggest issue with Bailey in past seasons and in the past has been, even though he's an attacking player, I thought that he was just too cavalier with the football, just too quick to lose the football. In other words, getting the ball in a position where you just need to lay it off now, and he wasn't necessarily doing that. He's trying to take on 2-3 people, lose the ball, put his team into problems, and then also compounding it by not tracking back fast enough. And I think those are the things that have been proved, and that's why I see more consistency in his game this season. Because the fact that he didn't start yesterday, all the points you made for why he didn't start make perfect sense. It's all about maybe the coach is looking at, okay, how can we effectively stop this team from having joy on the pitch? But I think where Emery might have erred is, if he was going to play that style, I would not have started Matt Cash at right back.
Okay.
Or Tillemans, either. Or if I was going to start Tillemans, I would not have started him on that left side because I don't think that Tillemans has the legs to be playing that role like how McGinn or Ramsey could play it. So what I would have done personally, I would have had Diaby wide right, on the right-hand side. I would have started Ramsey on the left-hand side, kept McGinn in that central area, and I would have McGinn playing that role of the secondary striker. So he could make up that extra midfielder with Buba, Kamara, and Louise. That's what I would have done if I was coaching the team yesterday. Maybe Ramsey had a knock, I don't know. But for me, he's a better fit for that left side hybrid role that they play, where he's kind of a left winger at times, but not really. He's more of an extra body in the midfield. And I think that's the role that they usually put McGinn in, but they had McGinn on the opposite side doing the same thing. And I think the issue with that was they didn't really have the balance that they normally have. They didn't really have the outlet on the wing. The outlet on the wing became Moreno, and that was like suicide because they were just getting killed on the break on that side after they lose the ball. So, you know, I think his ideas were right. I don't think he put the pieces in the right places, personally. And I agree with you that I don't think that game, even though he's on this type of form, I think what Bailey did yesterday is exactly what he wanted to happen. He wanted Bailey to come on and make an impact at the end. Now, his hope was that they wouldn't be down 3-0 when he made that sub. So that's where the plan got a little messed up. But I thought that, you know, for what he was brought on the field to do, he did everything very well. The thing that jumped out on the page to me was the key passes and also the ground duels, because that's the part of his game I think that, you know, we all think he needs to improve. So, you know, I think that the player is improving. He's doing better. He's under a coach that clearly will not play him if he does not want to put out the output, which is good for his game overall.
All right. So, yeah. Okay. So the other guys, you're okay with that? Or you never look at Greg Leigh, but that's all right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead,
No,
because I have a few more comments that I want to go through.
Okay. Yeah. The last point I'll make on Greg Leigh. So for me, right, I think you had mentioned it earlier. You know, when we play certain games against certain opponents, I think the coach will perhaps look at that left side being Bell and Leigh, because you know, for me, I think Leigh is a good defender, but I do think that you know, I think that he could give us something going forward as well. And so if the game dictates, that could be something that we see down the road, where that left side would be Leigh and Bell. And I personally, even though I think Bell is a little silkier on the ball, I also think that Bell is a little bit better defensively as far as his positioning and just his tackling and stuff. So I would probably play Bell deeper and put Leigh in front of him in our system, and see how that works. I mean, maybe we don't get the most output as far as attacking, but there might be times in the game when the scenario just calls for that. So that's something that we should look forward to if both are fit. And we need to kind of lock down that side. That would be a nice way to do it. You know, you have both of them on that side, and Greg Leigh can definitely push up and give you some attacking output as well. So yeah, that's something to watch out for, and hopefully both of them can just stay fit, because I can't remember the last window when we had both of them. So it would be nice to have them both for once.
All right, thanks for that. Oni said, IMAX TV, your boy is finally winning me over. He needs to polish out his finishing, but I see where he's improving. He says Bowser. Be honest, you know, I just ended up on the Bowser side, you know, because it's just because of me just watching the games, and I'm saying this guy is impressive. He's impressive and week out. So if he was not doing well, I would have said he's not doing well, and that's what people can't honestly say about me. That if I'm watching the games, them, and as to how you perform, and we're assessing it, that's what we go by, you know. But I don't know why people can't see. But it's okay. Nigel said, I watched an interview with Amari'i on CVM TV last night. Some of his remarks indicate why we should not have quota system for our U20 and U teams. Yeah, man, once they do talk, give you know, yeah, you will understand. So people, please go and watch that interview as to what Nigel stated from Amari'i. To see what he has to offer right there. All right. Father mine that says Shamar need to come to score more goals with his head. He's too big, too tall and big not to be clinical with his head. All right. So you know that I don't know if you guys know that. You know that Erling Haaland said he doesn't like to head balls. So I don't know if they become so much more overpowering with their physiques. Hence why they don't practice with their head so much. So even one of the best strikers in the world don't like to hit the balls. So I don't know if it's just a big people syndrome. I don't know. I am just asking because when I heard him said it, he said he needs to get more headers and work on his heading, because sometimes he's finishing so much, company forgot to put the heading in it, So, okay. Umza said Shamar, Alan makes it up with his scoring, so with his foot. So if he's not scoring with his head, who cares? But I'm just saying they are big. They are equally as big. Oh my God, why? No man like to head no balls. Oh my God, you know what? We can't even talk. We can't even talk anymore. It's like. and look how small Jota is. Look how small Jota is compared to them. So you just have some players. You have some players that just decide that we need to get in these positions because we're quicker. So we're gonna run in and try and get a header. But these guys are big, and some of them are slightly slower than a more smaller one. Yeah. So Aguero. Usually not. What the boy name again, man? Tevez. Oh God, that short human being Tevez. You have players that it doesn't matter how small they are. This seems to just get in the box and head balls. Harry Cahill. Was it Cahill? Cahill from Australia?
No, Tim Cahill. Yeah.
Cahill is his last name. I'm sure of that. From Australia.
Yeah, his first name is Tim. I'm sure of that.
Yes, I don't care what you're sure of. I'm telling you the name of the last name. So you can have to come here from start of war. Okay, so no me talk about my player. So why you end up in my argument? I just give argument, and you end up in my argument. Me ask the people. People tell me. Not Jason. Okay. Not Jason tell me. No, you're not a person. Right, cool. You are not a person. No person have 88 hours in a day. Anyways,
I tell you can borrow some, but you never want it.
I don't want anymore. Anyways, that Cahill dude, he's barely under 6 foot, and I can tell you that man score goals with his head more than his foot. I am maybe not sure.
He was crazy, man. That guy score all the time with his head for real. At every competition, World Cup, Premier League, any competition.
Amari'i doesn't score much goals with his head.
No man, with his hand. With his hand.
Yeah, so and that's a one goal. So we can't say that, I don't want no correction. I don't want no correction. Him give me the correction, Jason. But him a try to take over the whole of my conversation after. So that may try to avoid. No, it's not you. Me I talk to the Jason. Yes, I want to Jason and Pastor. Me I talk to the next Jason.
You're talking
not that Jason.
About
Jason Ferran me I talk to. Me I talk to Jason Ferran. So why me can't talk and so why me can't talk and you not talk? And then when me don't talk, you talk? Gee, so now nobody now go hear because he might talk, Jason not right, and Pastor not come. Oh my God, that's really not good for me at all. People just hit the like button because my pressure gone up. All right, the player is Aricule. No man. Aricule was the wing forward type player. And we know him, but we are talking about Cahill, man. Cahill was the kangaroo type player, man. You have 3 big players have to go in at the box to mark him, and him on a 6 foot.
The original shot, great header, was Pele.
No, I don't think Pele was a better header than Cahill, brother. I'm very sorry. I've never seen 3 big human beings try to run on Pele to stop him from head the ball. They must stop him from get on the ball, but not to head the ball. I honestly believe that.
His heading ability was like the stuff of legend, how he could jump over defenders. I mean,
well, if KE was born in that time, him a jump over defenders today.
Plumbers and fishermen.
No, I have not said that. I would say that he would have been legendary in that time for his jumping ability because I saw them talking about it a couple weeks ago. In the Premier League, like strikers that give you not strikers because I don't even think he's a striker. I think he's an attacking midfielder.
No, he's a midfield attacking.
Yeah. So the man them said the most deadliest player in a box, and Cahill was on it, and this man is not 6 foot. So that, I never heard people talk about Pele as stuff of legends. You score a goal like Messi scored the header and Manchester United. It becomes legendary type header, but not necessarily like a man where are dependent to score the header with. I don't think Pele was that dude. We have to give Kale his credit. Yeah, try to take a Kale credit. Yo, I don't even know. I can't give nobody no credit today.
No, I'm not
Everybody
taking
come to take your next credit.
I'm not taking it away. But that sound like a Premier League conversation. They were saying best headers in the Premier.
Yes, that's what they were saying, but just tell me. You know your wicked and love argument. You just said the man score header every damn way. World Cup everywhere. So that not sound like a worldwide skills. You know what? Let me bring in Pastor and leave Jason and him unnecessary war because him just say it, him answer one question, and then him a turn it back around for continue war. We're not gonna war with Jason today. Today is the day of the Lord. All right, yes. JD, is Rico Lewis eligible to play for Jamaica? Today is the day of the Lord. So let me. Umza said, "Why you two fighting over heading balls? We were not fighting. We're not fighting. You know what, Pastor, come in. Pastor. Give a tape, big boss. Let me leave it alone. Why?
Day of the Lord, Pastor. Your time.
May the good Lord bless and keep you. May He cause His face to. I am not joining this war, but there is with tall people that they do not jump as much or as high as persons who are 5 or more inches shorter than them. The reason is because they have spent all their lives up in the hemispheres, so they don't believe they need to jump. I had a conversation which lasted for over a year that Mariapa jumped much higher than Damian Lowe. And it took over a year for some people to realize that I was correct.
Okay.
The reality is that, and this is not unique to just football. This is unique. It goes right across sporting disciplines. The tall guys, the only sporting discipline where you see a equating of heights in jump is the high jump. Most of the world-class high jumpers are at a certain height. But in other sporting disciplines, because they're already tall, they don't jump a lot. As it relates to people who head the football, probably more than they want to kick it. Dennis Bergkamp would be what he was. I think Dennis Bergkamp was probably about 6'2" or something like that. I don't think Bergkamp was so short.
No, Bergkamp was not short.
Like 6'1".
He was not short at all.
Yeah. 6'1".
Yeah, about 6'1", 6'2". So he was not short. But in terms of players that use their head, that you could say probably they use their head. They head the ball more than they kick it. Maybe that would be the player that I still rate the most. Because that man was dangerous with his head. I didn't like to see him when they played against Brazil in the box when a ball float over at all. He was. So let me rest that right there.
Yeah, man. And then we chop up the rest of the conversation.
Yes. As it relates to the Amari'i Bell and the return of Greg Leigh, thank you, Lord, for we will have both of them against USA. Now, if you have to take into consideration the body of work that these guys do. It should help to
Oh my God, I forgot that
kick the
one.
favoritism pill down the drain. Because I know a lot of persons who claim to be fans have
Okay, you took away
these
Pastor.
players. No man, I'm here.
Okay, no, you cut
Who
out
not
for a little
hear
while.
me?
Pastor, you cut out for a little while. Yeah,
What
even
you
if you are
saying?
hearing yourself, Pastor, I am the one on the other end in my brain
Liar.
cell with a wire in
Why
my ears to tell you
you
if
want
you
to
chip
show
out.
it?
All right, Pastor?
All right. Could you update me as to the last thing that you heard me say?
Yeah, no, around 2 seconds. So it was not for long,
Okay.
Pastor.
Yeah,
It was not
like
for long.
2
Just
words.
continue.
Yeah.
Even what you're missing,
Okay.
just don't even bother say it back. Just continue with what you think you're gonna say. You know, just continue with what you think you're say.
He's taking up more time than I was cut out for. This is not very good. Okay. No, no, I know that a lot of the fans have little to no ratings for these two players, despite the body of work they have done for both club and country. And I feel much better when I have either of these players on the park against major oppositions. I feel much better. Some of the players that they rate and think they can play multiple positions cannot or should not be asked frequently to tie the laces of these men boots. So I will leave that at that stage and not call no name and move on. JD, in the court of law, you need to learn when to punch certain points to validate cases or to win cases, especially in the
Pastor,
court of public opinion.
Pastor, 1 second. Just pause for a second. Rico
Mm.
Henry, he only played one game, made only one appearance for England, so he's still eligible because he's technically still under the age of 21. All right. He has like a billion years under the age of 21, so he's like 2 years old. So yes, he's still eligible based off that Philip Beckford. All right, just wanted to make sure we clear up that. But he's still eligible. You need 3 caps from England before we can write him off. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Continue, Pastor.
Yes. Especially when you're holding your judgment in the court of public opinion, you have to time your arguments. Jamaica will never love Bowser as much as he works. Jamaica will love Leon Bailey no matter how little he works. So you have to time when you're going to say anything that suggests a comparison. Even when you're not deliberately doing a comparison, people will draw inference from your statement based on where you put it. The quality of work Boza has consistently done for the national team, Bailey has just started to do for Aston Villa, not yet for Jamaica. I have been on record for over 2 years saying more than predicting that Bailey needs to come to the party and really play according to how Butler promote him. His agent or manager is a very good salesman. That man can take you to the sea and sell you salt water if the salt water belongs to him. When you shouldn't need to be buying salt water because you're already at the sea. Credit to him. Every player need to have an agent like Mr. Butler. They will do well. Again, even when you kept saying that Bailey was doing well, that is before he started getting the goals. People never took what you were saying. And that is why those same people cannot relate to you giving credit to Bowser's performance for the long period of time that he has been performing well for Jamaica. Because even when people are saying, I go through the drought, when finish as he's supposed to be finishing, the fact that he pressurized the defense and pushed them back and required them to put marker on him was more valuable to the team than Bailey losing the ball 7 out of 10 times on the right wing. But people don't see that because they don't like one player as much as they like the other. And you're not going to get away from that. People are entitled to their choices.
All right,
but
boss.
You need to time how you say some things.
Yes, but Pastor, they can just take out the part of telling me what to do because I don't like when people tell me what to do. You understand me, Pastor?
All right.
I was talking to God. I was talking to God, Pastor. I never knew I was talking to you. You understand me? Yes.
All right.
So let me talk to God and then
you are so unfortunate that I'm a messenger of God.
Oh my
so sometimes when God is telling you something to do, he's going to use me, my voice. So I'm very sorry for you. I won't even pray about that. You're in a difficulty that you need to develop a balance of understanding how God works.
Okay.
For you.
All right. You know what? So God send the messenger to give me the message. So
sometimes
I will try to work with it. Top of the morning. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Jay, with a big up yourself. Thanks a media. Massive respect. And then we have Moses. Massive respect for the super chat says Tim Cahill is a fantastic header of the ball, but I will put him number 2 behind Dennis Law of Scotland. Y'all might be too young to remember that guy. All right. So, how old are you? Because people say me 100 years old. So you must have been at the 200, 300 years old. So let me know.
JD, you know him name.
Oh God. Oh yeah. All right. Sorry. I never wanted to look at a man's name, but now he put it there. I will have to say that might make sense. He was parting the seas back in the days. Oh God.
Moses lived 120 years, so he's got 20 years on you.
No, I never even looked at it. I never put it. Oh God. African says it's Wednesday, JD. Pastor running through his midweek service message for tonight. Oh my God, guys, we have an embarrassing 100 likes on the video. So if you guys like the video so much, and I've read more than 100 comments, obviously 60% of the comments them was for the Pillar Man gang. And Pastor says that I'm not going to get away with anything I've said sensible because it's just the wrong timing. You know, so I will pray to God to see if I can have an understanding with the Pillar Man gang to figure out how we can come to an understanding, which required. Let me not say that part because I'm going to lose the Pillar Man gang again. Anyways, we have other stories, you know, but these shows.
I wanted to comment on Mothersille. So as soon as you're through going through the chat, allow me to finish on that point because I left that one there.
And I wanted to talk about the local guys as well, you know, and Al Grimson. We have information.
No, but you didn't do that yet, so I would not preempt you.
All right. Oh God. So people, when you get the likes up on the video, get it to 200 fast, man. Stop bad mind the channel because we don't support the leader of the Pillar Gang, and we seems they don't support the people them we uno like. You know, yes. Dennis Law, who played in the 60s. That person is old. All right, yes. Well, I guess his name is Moses, so I don't know who else. You know, Cephas is doing good. Okay, okay. All right. So, anyways, but we're talking about. All right, go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead, so I can just get this thing done because I don't even know how to run my show. That's I'm like do my show before me make them man come on. Because once them come on, them take away everything. You know. Go ahead, Pastor.
As it relates to Mothersille, and I'm still not informed as to the completion of his acquiring of the documents. There is another young player, this one that have his paperwork
Mm-hmm.
that I would have him accepting for the long injury layoff that he has had. So I wouldn't really factor him in, the young Clark. The reality is if you get these players in now, JD, to play with an intelligent Bobby Reid, people don't realize that it might be these players that really unlock the Bailey performance for the team, you know. Because rather than Bailey trying to prove what he can do, they will give him the ball in better positions so he just do what he's able to do rather than needed to be proving anything. And because they are young and energetic or enigmatic, if you want to use a different adjective, they'll be able to even pick up some of the slacks when Bailey does lose the ball, which will make him have a better game. So I am hoping that the paperwork is finished, good sense prevail, and Grim just call all of the young baby. We should not go after getting the senior, the more matured guys who have Jamaican eligibility. But these guys, these young guys who already have their paperwork sorted out, Grim should go kick off the door
Okay.
and get them to turn up against USA.
Okay,
And
Pastor.
I'll help with more than a prayer. Yes. I'm through. You
All
can
right.
continue the program.
Thank you, Pastor. Hope all is well with you, and you had a wonderful day today. Yes. All right. Anyways, this is what we have right here. They had a list of invitees. Let me make sure to read the statement above. Yes, because we have to make sure we put out these informations so people know that these guys are getting opportunities. All right, because they know that once it come on to time when selection and maybe some people don't get justified, they said unjust selected. We have to make sure at least the coach saw them. So they said the players listed have received invitations to participate in 2 training games against Veer and Lions FC. The matches are scheduled to take place at the Glenmuir High School Sport Complex with kickoff times set for 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. on Wednesday and Thursday respectively. So today and tomorrow 3 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. Jamaica time. All right, so they showcase that Mr. Algrimson and those guys are stuck into their words. So let me go through the players them and let me know if you guys are okay with these players. All right, let me minimize it. So we have Justin Dunn, Nicholas Nelson, Jashawn Anglin, Garth Stewart, Andre Fletcher, Javane Bryan, Marlon Martin, Joel Cunningham, Kyle Ming, Dwayne Allen, Gadiel Irvin, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Romeo Guthrie, Sule McCullough, Ramon Howell. My goodness, this guy was in the team. Shaquan Davis. Kimoni Bailey. Fitzroy Cummins. Siobhan Walsh. Emilio Rossi. Stephen Young. Tyrone Williams. Jason Wright. And Kaheem Dixon. Alright. And they put Clarendon College. So why they can't just put his club now? Yeah, so guys, this is the list that we have right here, and they should have some games coming up. So let me know if you like what the coach doing, because I like these things. So the coach is getting more datas. So I don't think that excuse can fly that they are better than other guys and they need opportunities more than anyone else. If they're good enough, I think he's going to truly see it in this one. People ask about the Dixon goal. Yes, and how he performed. I've watched him. I think the kid has some good talents, but he just need game time and keep on up the ante, up the level on him. So we need to see him in the Concacaf. We need to see him against a Trinidad, you know. Yes, but this kid Dixon, he shows that, and that's what I wanted for Whisper them to see more games. So I think, yeah, as what Fabian Football Global said, Whisper lost this spot. I wouldn't say that, but this guy is showing up. He's going places and showing what he could do. So we have to just appreciate him because he's an ex-local guy. Yes, but let me know, guys, inside the chat, what you made of this squad and what you expect from them in these two games. What you're expecting from them. Who you expect to impress. The team is on the screen. Let me minimize it so you can see it a little bit better. The team is on the screen. The full team. All right. So this is the full team. This is the full team on the screen, guys. So let me know. What say you, Pastor? What are you expecting from these two games, and who you expect to impress? And Jason and Killer Bean can come in after as well. Killer Bean never started, so I don't know if Killer Bean know all of the players them. Killer Bean, you know any one of the players them? Let me know. Because I K your name on it, you know. I don't know the rest of your name. Dre said, Whisper is back at Chelsea. No, but, well, tell you what, Mr. Dre, well, we really don't care where is it at, you know. We just want to see him on the field, and we have to big up everybody else that's playing football, you know. So once he plays, that's when I will be interested, you know. Because I you know, I don't want to, you know, want to see what the guy has to do, you know. Go ahead, Pastor. Killer Bean name pause, you know.
at this stage, it doesn't matter to me which locally born player Grim selects.
Why, Pastor?
I'm going to say why. Because my coach is at 100%, and up to today, the reading of this list, I have not seen anything to start redacting or reducing his grade. He said in the interview that he has had the opportunity to only look at about 50 or less % of the available talent pool, both local and abroad, to the program. So any player he selects to collect data on, which is the problem he has where selection is concerned with the locally born players, I am satisfied. I'm not going to go by the fact that you only mention one player with his attachment was not even a concern for me, because the local cohorts does not have the data required for the coach to make an honest assessment or judgment, if you want to use the word, for them to be selected. So kudos to the coach. I got some bonus points when I did some coursework and some presentations. So the coach gone up to 102.
All right.
Because I would give him 2 bonus points because he's putting in the work so that he can make a very good assessment. He will have the data to inform him as to these players. Now, my only concern is that I did not get any idea as to who are the players the coach went to England to see. And I
But
have not heard any recent. No, hold on.
Pastor.
And I have,
Jesus.
yes.
Pastor.
No, JD, this is.
Pastor, we can't talk in a two. We just talk about England players. We are talking about the damn list of players we have and the matches them coming up. That's all. Because Killer Bean have his mic and open him.
You're speaking about the two matches that is only for the local players.
Yes, of
I am
course.
putting. No, but hold on. JD, because modus operandi of the JFF very well be used to force the coach to select from these players to play USA.
Okay, Killer Bean gone because Pastor take over the room. I tell you. Right, so Jason, come get involved. Give you a take as to this squad and what you're expecting. All right. When Pastor done,
so,
you just work it out with Pastor. Me not say no more to him, you know. Me done.
Yeah, so JD, they're playing today. Who they playing against? Did you say who
the first one? Yeah, man. They gave the data, the time as well. 1 second, let me. So what? The first one is 3 o'clock Jamaica time. Clearly, me can't do the conversion at this point. But Uno should know when Jamaica time is because Uno de America and Uno de Jamaica. So the first one is against Veer United and the Humble Lions. So I guess the Veer United one will be at 3 o'clock, Glenmuir High School Complex. And then the next one on the Thursday will be 4:30.
Okay,
all right?
So they
yes.
they're playing Veer today and Humble Lions tomorrow.
Yes, that's what that's what the text says. So I only can tell you, but what we know, they are playing both of them, and they are playing them on one day. So whichever one them are playing, be the business. What them are playing, somebody.
Cool. All right. Well, for me, this is a good. This can only be a good thing. I mean, I think if the coach, wants to get the most data from these players local, he's gonna have to see them in all facets. So he's trained with them a few times. I'm sure he's done some classroom work, and now it's time to put it into practice on the pitch. So it's only right that they do this. I think that for this set of players, there are a few that I would be looking at. I think when you look at what we have going on with the striking area, with the suspensions and the injuries, if we could find somebody that can do something in the system, that could be something you could look at if things don't work out with getting players in as far as paperwork and these things are concerned. I have a lot of time for Siobhan Walsh from Portmore. I think I said it the last time we talked about this. And I think for most of the other players, it's just going to be about putting your best foot forward. I mean, it's going to be a steep climb for anybody in this team to get
into. So you don't think that big bad Kaim Dixon can just put on a generational slap down for one of them team here and just become the next generational player?
I don't think, even if Kaim Dixon plays these games and score 2 hat-tricks or something, then maybe or whatever. But I don't really think, like I said, it's gonna be a steep climb for any of these players, I think, to get into that main team for the March Nations League. I think this is more, let's try to see which talents that are local there that we can kind of hone and develop for the short-term future. So if there's some of these players that can maybe separate themselves from the pack, that would be good for them, going forward, because we have a lot of competitions coming up, all of them pretty much, the highest level possible. So, they're going to have to separate themselves first, because I think all of these guys are probably in one big pile at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, in Jamaica, they'll be their favorites around, but I would be surprised if a similar to Whisper situation happens with Dixon. But I can't. You never say never at the same time, because I don't think people really thought that Whisper would actually get into the first team when he did. I mean, if Dixon comes and as I said, score, a brace in the first game and then a hat trick the second day, I'm sure those shouts will be louder, and you can see what this list that was made. It's kind of funny that they didn't put Arnett Gardens for him and they put Clarendon College. It's almost like they want the people to know, like, this is that kid, So it's kind of it will be one to watch. I think, as I say, I would love for the kid to play extremely well. Because for me, I love that he's playing in the JPL, but I think that if he can play in the JPL for the rest of the season and have the kind of impact that he had in the first game,
yes,
then hopefully by the end of it, he'll be somewhere developing his game outside of the country, because I think I have time for him. I like his endeavor, I like his industry, and I think, that having that eye for goal is not something that's something that some people just have. And he clearly has that type of trait, because he just has a way to get in the position to have a chance. And we were just giving Shamar a lot of praise for that. And I think I see something similar in this kid in terms of the positions he take up.
Yeah, let me just give out the names. We're playing Veer United and Umber Lions FC. So those are the two teams. I do think there are some level of quality teams, so we can get some good tests on. But I wanted to ask Jason about Sule Makala, Ramon Owil, Kyle Ming, out of that bunch, because they're on the list, Joshua Anglin. So all of those guys that are always around the team, you think that this is the time for them to get the last set of analysis on them?
Yeah, I think for a few of them, it's going to be like, do or die time. Because, the coach has said that, and whenever these camps come around again, he's to try to see as many players as possible. So I think that the ones that he has seen multiple times now, if they don't have some kind of display that you can say, okay, it looks like they have been around the team more than the others, then the coach might look elsewhere in his next upcoming camps.
Yes.
I think when it comes on to angling, I think maybe age is on the side a little more. Yeah, I've said what I've said about the player, so I won't beat him or go in on him today. I just think with his age, maybe he has a little bit more time. But Sule Makala, Ramon Howell, those guys on the closer side to 30, those guys would have to have, big step up performances in these two games to try to warrant staying in the team. Of the Mount Pleasant camp, though, the player that I think most people, two players from Mount Pleasant that I think need to look out for. I think the goalkeeper, Shaquan Davis, I think he has the potential to play outside of Jamaica as a goalkeeper. I think for the modern game, he's competent with his feet, can really have decent accuracy kicking out the balls. Also a big presence in the goal, very strong, well-built, good athlete. So I think he's one to watch out for moving out of the JPL pretty soon. And I think also the player that's probably in the most form for Mount Pleasant right now is the kid Kimoni Bailey. Can play left or right side, basically attacking or midfielder type of player. But just a claim he can make. And I think Ming will be fine. I think Ming is going to perform well. He's a player that typically, has a certain standard that he doesn't go below. You don't see many 4 out of 10 and 5 out of 10 from him. He's going to be consistently around 6.5 or so. So I think he's a player that, I don't see him playing himself out of contention. I think he'll be one that's always around that close area where, if certain things don't go right in terms of the team getting to where they need to play the game, he'd be somebody that the coach would be looking at to say he could trust, So I think Ming will be fine. And other than that, I know we have a lot of left backs right now, but I do think the kid Emilio Rosso from Portmore is a good player as well. So I want to see him playing in this coach system to see how he looks.
All right. So for me,
do you think then that this is a reason to this is being used to decide the squad going to Trinidad? Remember that they have 2 games in Trinidad.
Yes, I believe that a chunk of this team will go. Lord. I think there are players that perhaps people might have thought should have been in this squad. I think he'll probably have one more set of camp before they leave, because I think they were supposed to go like the second week in February or something like that. So I
Yes,
think
something to
I
that
think
effect.
yeah, I think they'll have another week after these games. So I think he'll try to use that to maybe see maybe 10 more players that he hadn't seen. And then from that set of everybody he's seen, he'll probably put a 20 together to go to Trinidad. So but I would think that the bulk of it would come from this squad who we spent the most time with.
All right. So for me, Pastor, can I say my piece? Like what I think about the squad, Pastor? Yeah. So what I was saying, people, I do like the intention. Um, if they can get two more of these matches, maybe by next week and stuff, just to get it prepared, so you can actually go into an international friendly. Yes, and they know what they are looking for, and make sure the players them that you see impresses you, you keep those. And the ones them that have not impressed you, you give them a letter and give them the information that they need to work on those things and bring in the next one. So when you're bringing the guys them to the Trinidad one, you have at least the ones that have impressed you over a longer spell ready for the Trinidad game. I don't want you to pick a complete different squad. That's what I'm pretty much saying. So those are the things that I'm looking out for, the persons that have impressed, to see if they are going to continue with them at the next training session. You know? Yes, and then make others move up and then get the amount of other guys and a next opportunity. And then after that, now you look at it and say, all right, then these are the amount of guys that have performed. So I'm going to take this amount to Trinidad and see what we can get out of it in Trinidad, you know? Yes, and I will definitely be watching those games. And I wouldn't say winning is the end all be all. You know, I know people will start to beat down on them to say they have to win. I am about development. I don't really care about the winning at this point because everything is about development. So I would like to see how they are going to pass the ball and stuff, like how I saw the U20s passing the ball and stuff, you know, like what Mr. Algris normal system to pass the ball still. But anyways, I'm just looking to see how they are improving. Like, oh, I watch them in their Premier League games, how different they do look under Algrimson coaching them. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for any wins or nothing. I know you guys will be looking at wins and stuff and to compare them with what others say in Jamaica. Yeah, but I'm looking for how developed these guys are, and especially the Dixon guy. I want to see him with more teams, you know, more bigger teams. JD, you spoke about the big news you had already. I didn't get the notification, so I joined. Oh, if I spoke about the big news. Oh no, I've not gotten all the reports on it as yet. All right, yes, but that's what I have to say when I've looked at it. I just want to see what they have to offer. Let me know if you guys are getting any freezing and stuff, yeah. Because I saw the thing froze right there. Yeah,
You,
so
you did chip out. You did chip out just for
chip out.
a
Okay, good.
short moment.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. The players that I want to see something from, as I've said, Dixon, 100%. Dixon 100%. Then I will go with Kyle Ming. Yeah, because I think they need to get more information on him. Yes, so those are the two I have on my list. Yes, so guys, give your final point, and Pastor give a final point, and then Jason give a final point, and we are out of here. And then tomorrow we will be back. We have a lot of games to come. I'm gonna talk on that at the end. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, just to say that I understand the position you take as it relates to you just want to see the improvement, see that they have actually digested the information that the coach is passing on and how they apply it. So once they demonstrate that, you'll be satisfied. Um, in this world of the business of sports, I am going to demand something more. I believe we get sponsors when you're not going to get away from the people with the money being wagonists. So to get some more financiers on the wagon, you're going to play 2 games in Trinidad, don't lose the 2 of them. So That would be the pressure that I would put on them. Other than that, kudos to the coach. In my book, you get 2 bonus points. Continue doing what you're doing until such time.
All right, Sir Pastor. Thank you very much. And you're doing well with the final speeches. I am very much proud of that. You're becoming a big YouTuber. All right. Go ahead, Jason. Why you have to laugh, Jason? What was so funny about what I've said? I'm giving the man credit. I'm giving the man credit for what he did. So it's not deserved.
I'm leaving it alone. I'm not allowed to. My gosh.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking, why are you laughing? Am I not respectful to give the man credit? Or you want to find...
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because I thought I did something wrong. Because you're laughing.
No, man.
Oh, God, Pastor,
no,
fucking no. All right, Jason, go ahead.
Pastor, I see you open the microphone. Would you like to speak? What happened?
Oh my
Jason,
God!
please say your point. I'm okay. I did say my final word already.
Before you go in, Jason, I gotta show you how I mash up my life. Say my daughter. I said to my mother, he said to our mother, not my mother. Say, JD, Daddy was on the thingy talking, and they were talking about how the man, how he said he's big. And I had to explain to my lady how this big head conversation came up and continued to 4 days. You understand me? Yes, and it's all because of pastor. I had to tell her that you have a pastor came on my program. He always tried to find different ways. Now before that, he came up. The big head conversation came up with the coach, the under 20 coach, and then he continued with the pastor for 4 days because he brings other ways to bring in the big head conversation. So you see, pastor, you guys cause problems in people's life. Yes, but continue, Jason. Continue. I just had to tell the people that. Tell them, because my lady is there. She's listening. Yes.
Yes, well, big up.
When I next have the opportunity to speak to Gemma, I will clear the air and defend myself. I am not guilty, let the public hear I am not guilty of no big head association to JD. It is not true.
Right, Pastor. Yeah, so big up to Mrs. Imaxit and Gemma tuning in, big up, maximum respect. But yeah, so this, I mean, there can't really be anything bad about this. This is something that is probably necessary as far as trying to get some players that, we deem in Jamaica to be the next ones to make the step, try to get them acclimatized to, top level coaching and tactics, and also acclimatize them to the system of play that the manager has. Just last year we were doing this same thing, and the players and names were different, and some of those players have gone overseas to better themselves. So it's a natural progression, something that needs to happen. And in this time when the coach can only really watch his players play, during the daytime before doing his analysis and data checking of the players overseas, he can definitely implement his system and style with the players that he has to look at right there in Jamaica. So this is a win-win for everybody. And it's something that, when the time permits, should happen, so that's good that they're making it happen. As far as what the rest of the program was about with the players overseas, I will just say the same sentiment I've been saying, stay fit, everybody playing, stay healthy, and just keep your head down, because we have some big assignments coming up and we need all the guns. So bless up JD, bless up everyone in the chat, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jason Guna and Mr. Pastor. Very, very much. Yes. Yes, my lady didn't laugh, I don't know if she laughed behind my back, but she didn't laugh. But Gemma is the little troll. But Papa Eddie is big for real. So I had to go down to mathematics to explain to her that I am a big human being. So my head is smaller than the man right there that you saw in the picture, Mr. Wall. But I'm not going to get into this big head conversation. It's the end of the damn show. All right? So we're not going to get away with it.
You showed her the picture you had on the program, right? She saw the thumbnail.
Mr. Jason, we done, You're not gonna continue this, You're not gonna continue it. Yes, I showed my lady because I'm trying to explain to her. Yes, because this people me don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. All right. Yes, I'm done. Jamaica she's not. Don't worry. Don't worry. Anyways, I explained that John Wall, I am bigger than John Wall, so technically my head is smaller because John Wall head is fat and round. Yes, and I showed the picture, and John Wall is very big for his size. You understand me? That's all I'm saying. Brian Burke, when you can say no one, Jamal talk the truth and all something.
What you're saying, should I understand that? But John Wall,
if I am Jamal's father, why she think
because the size of his body? And then maybe your head is bigger than his one, but fits the size of your body. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Still, Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Than John Wall head.
Yeah, but
it's
matter. Let me just start. I always say one Jama. Think that if I am her father, why she think her head is small? Because that's our mother. That's what our mother said to her. So Jama, you think your head is small? So she can keep on talking, Yes, Mirak said, JD, them always say children are honest. My good. Them just want to agree with you. You know what? Let me just leave this chat alone.
I believe everything Gemma say.
You call it trolling. We call it truth.
Okay, thank you very much.
Honesty.
When a pitney did it say you not exercise one damn bit and a lie, you tell me.
I did. I believe it. He lied.
Pastor. All of a sudden, everything, the pitney say true. Till the time when Jason in a hot seat, when me and him do exercise competition every day, me I twist cross and I go out my all sort of madness at the place and I exercise. He might tell me all my exercise and all sorts of madness, and the girl says, no, he's not doing nothing. Julie, she's name. Julie said, JD, he's not doing anything. He comes to the gym, shoot three pointers, but that's about it. And she was him tone change, so him know the truth you talk, and him still Julie, if you're watching, Julie, standard business, Julie. You get me? Cause me can always get called out, and the whole them beat me, but everybody else can use excuse. So Julie, I will find your number and I will call you, and we'll make the show here what go on, But he never exercise.
He can't about that. We believe the child.
Him say a lie. That him just say. Him say a lie.
He think Julie will lie on public platform. He will have to pay penance.
Jason, I lie, Julie, I tell.
I never use the word lie. I will just say that.
Pastor, make the man talk. The pastor make him wear gymnastic. It's a record. Go ahead, Jason. What do you have to say?
Julie and Gemma are similar to JD and myself. They are a competition to see who can be the biggest troll.
So Jason, that answer not Jason. So
court of law.
Jesus, Pastor, make him talk. No, Pastor, if you keep on the man get away, Pastor, make him talk.
Make him incriminate yourself. Yes, go on, Jason. Incriminate yourself some more.
I have finished my statement. I was only.
You finished your statement.
I was only clearing up that I never called my daughter a liar. I will just say that
what a politician.
She's also a troll and can be a troll at times. So
okay, she can be a troll at times.
In that instance,
the jury will return in less than half an hour. How convinced we are of your criminal act. No amount of ambiguity that you use will hide the fact that your daughter Julie is trustworthy, has not learned to be hypocrite, and we believe every word she said exactly how she said it. You're gone to prison.
Oh God. Alright, let me leave Jason alone. And we're not gonna get involved in because no, Julia gonna call me, and he gonna tell Julia to change her statement like a court.
And if he do that, we add 25 years to him already long sentence.
No, I will not.
I'm gonna try make the child perjure herself. No, Jason, you can't be so cruel. Let me tell you the way to get out of it, Jason. Plan your exercise program for when she gone to school, so she can neither substantiate nor
Pastor, that him try to pull off. Pastor, that was what he was trying to pull off. And that him not trying to pull off on her. And she said no, Papa. And she said no, Papa. No.
That is what I said from day one. That is what I said from day one.
But that me tell the people.
I work out. So
but that him that try to pull off. And she said she know. And she know said that is not true. We not talking.
Right now she's at school, and when I'm finished with this program, I will
Lord.
to work out, and she would not see that.
All right,
so,
Jason, I saw a paper done on persons incarcerated.
Oh God.
The percentage of people who are incarcerated, there's about 42% of them who were incarcerated because one of the major findings is that they didn't have an alibi.
Okay.
So you doing your exercise outside of the time when there are witnesses does not support your claim to be exercising. We're not going to have it. You have to have an alibi. So if it is not Julia, it must be Julia's mother.
No, it can just easily be. No, Pastor. It can just be the camera. You just record the camera. But we're not giving an excuse. We don't want no record. We don't want no record. We don't want no record. Once Julie said, he might make like, because you can't edit. You can't edit things. You can't edit things, so we don't believe it. You can't repeat the push-up them and I edit them 50 times. So we not believe it. Somebody have a dead ear, tell us that's how it go.
59, 70.
It can clip it and join it together. Yes, so we now believe it. If it's not a live stream, we now believe it. Or what Julie said. Good. So we not worry anymore. Julie will be there one day, and whenever we talk to him, we will know if it's a truth. Because we can't just make it be planned. Because if it's planned, him can set up that as well.
Exercising, you are not doing so. You are tricking the crowd.
All right.
No, I have no choice but to get fit because we have a game against Julie's team, the parents, and I'm not going out there and pulling anything, so I need to get fit. I'm a bit too heavy at the moment, so I'm working on that.
Julie will give you the result of that game.
All right, Pastor.
No matter how you try to hide.
All right, Pastor. Let me finish it right here. Let the man live him life. We just yes. Pastor, the show done. I will close the show 20 minutes ago, Pastor, let me just finish it right here, Pastor. Tomorrow we will plan out how we are gonna get the information to the people. All right?
Yes.
So don't worry yourself, Pastor. The more information you give him is the more him can find a way out for not do nothing and take the claims and do it. So let me finish it right here. So
don't worry,
people, it was recorded. All right? Because I'm going back in because I had an hamstring problem for the longest time. So I'm going to go back and do my exercise. And because I'm here talking about exercise, people will want to outdo me in exercise. So the news will be coming soon. So take care of yourself. Have a nice day. And the games to watch later, let me make sure we can give you a tier and then we're done. All right. So we have not done that as yet. Sorry about that because the show got so long. We forgot about it. We have let me get those ones for today. Let me get it. What's going on for today? All right, good. So we have Brentford, and we know we have Ethan Pinnock in that one up against Tottenham. All right, Tottenham and Brentford always have some little back and forth type of fights. Yes, so look out for Ethan Pinnock in that one. Liverpool versus Chelsea. They said Whisper is back there, so maybe Whisper will get a start. In that one, that is actually at Liverpool. Don't know if he will get a start. I'm just saying, Jason. That the man I'm saying I chat me only can reason to what I'm saying, Jason. Sheffield Wednesday versus versus Watford. We will have two-man Kadamatiri, or whatever his name is.
That's
Bailey.
good. That's good.
Yes. And we will have our boy
Deshaun.
Bernard in that game. Yes, so look out for that. That's for the Jamaicans so far, and that's about it for the Jamaicans. Them. We have Manchester City playing, but that is for me watching. All right, but I will be watching all of the games them just the same. All right.
Rico
yes.
Lewis.
No, Rico Lewis might not get any game, because the big bosses are back.
But Whisper might start.
But I'm not going to argue with you because I've never said he will start. I explained myself what people said in the chat. What people said in the chat clearly tells you I don't believe them, but you want me to lose all the war with the Pillar Man in one day. All right, So people take care. And if anything, you join me later over the Wemaxit channel because I will be talking about all the big hype-up African teams them that get slapped up.
Getting knocked out. Wow.
For some reasons I don't know. So I will turn up later for that conversation. Alright, because all the big teams them drop out, And Nigeria still here. But maybe for the next match, Nigeria will be out. I don't know. We are going to be talking about the Africans there. Team bad my Nigeria. Because Ghana never even reached away. He said Nigeria is next to get knocked out. Well, later, Africans, make sure you join the show on that one when we can chop up what's going on. Who will be out of the AFCON next? Nigeria or Cote d'Ivoire? Because they seem to have a whole heap of life. Alright?
Yeah, that
because
team,
we thought that they were out from when they were out. But
to be honest,
Ghana said,
you have to give them credit, man.
Ghana said, but Ghana said, hold my beer. No, we are telling people how bad it is. They were out because they only amassed 3 points. And then I can't believe that after them being out, 3 other teams said, all right, then we can do worse than Cote d'Ivoire. So we are going to keep them in. So Ghana, terrible. Alright, yes. Go so I said Jason, so we can done.
No, me just did I say Ivory Coast, they really them did kind of deserve that game there, to be honest. When you watch the game, they were all over Senegal from the minute them scored a goal. Ivory Coast. And I didn't see Ivory Coast play like that, not one game in the group stage. So I don't know.
But they had it in them. They midfield had it in them for one good damn game.
That is true. That is true. Because when you look at the players they have in midfield, you're like,
they had it in
dominate, but they were getting dominated by other teams. But not this game though. They played really well in that game. They still gonna have a problem because they can't finish.
Out of the back three, man.
Alright, so guys, we're going to save that for later. Alright, so we're going to be talking about it on the Wemaxit channel. So please go over there, subscribe. And thanks everyone that passed through. Entertaining show. And excluding the Pillar Gang War, which I don't like, but we have to have it, Bye-bye. Take care and smash the like button anyway. Smash the like button anyway, all people. Bye-bye.